Hey ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing? Welcome in to another Saturday morning stream. What's going on, team? How are we all doing? Welcome in. Let me just fix this camera up for a second. Not the greatest angle. There we go. How are we all doing? Welcome in. Babaloo, first in chat. How you doing, brother? Great to have you with us once again for another Dungeons and Gumdrops session. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I'm super keen to play today. It's going to be great fun. We're actually doing something a bit different. Being October, being spooky month, we're doing some fun stuff. So today's session is titled Dungeons and Gumdrops Session 17, The Nightmares of Dread. We'll be picking up where we left off a couple of weeks ago. We had the Session 0 last week, and we're going to be getting into the actual playing of these level 19 characters. So I'm playing something very different to everyone else, literally everybody else. It is nuts. I'm playing a lawful good Oath of Devotion Paladin. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's not too different from what you've previously been playing, Scotty. I'm like, well, let me tell you, it is very different. Lots of spellcasting, a lot of hand-to-hand combat, and the character's based off Elrond. So, what is there to complain about? I'm absolutely loving it. And it's great fun. Been great fun leveling this character up to get him to where I want him to be. So, he's got, being built off Elrond, he's a bit different. He does have a shield, as well as his Elven Blade, which is going to do extra damage, extra radiant damage against undead, pretty much. As well as the Paladin doing extra radiant damage as per normal. Then we've also got, you know, he's a spell caster. So he's going to be popping off spells left, right, and center. He can heal himself, heal others. Whether he has to heal himself more than he has to heal others is another question to be found out. But you're all probably wondering why the heck are we playing these level 19 characters and not our actual characters. We'll find that out when we get into the recap that I'll be doing during the stream. So let's jump on over. Let's jump into the call with everybody. We just unmute Discord there. Swap over to Dungeons and Dragons. I did have to muck around with the overlays a little bit today as well. But let's jump in with everybody else. Why, hello there, friends. Yes. Yes. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Yeah, doing well. Doing well. I'm. Yes. Yes. Yay! We can have up to groups of 25 people meeting together outside. Yay! Still. Oh, you have no idea. Like, it's gonna be like. So, we can go back to the office if we want to. I'm choosing personally not to because I'm enjoying working from home right now and there's no push to go back into the office. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I do have work that I still have to do, of course, but does it? Yeah. 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 Expected to do yes. Anyway. Nice. That'll be good. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, jeez. Mmm. Yeah, we're still got a mask mandate until I think early to late November. So that's still a thing. My gym, it isn't open again until, well, it's open at the moment, but it's an open gym format because I do hit classes as my gym, and I find that works for me. And so they aren't able to do classes until the end of the month. So that's when I'll be going back to the gym, which I'm so keen for. But they're doing like an open format, so if you wanted to go back early, you could. And, you know, they'll have workouts there you can follow through in your own pace and do it. So it's kind of like a class, but it's not a fully structured class. So, but yes, I mean, there are other things. Yeah. Yeah, that's very similar for us. Yeah. Airports were still a thing. Like, even when we weren't in lockdown in April, we were actually traveling up to far north Queensland for a wedding. And we still had to wear masks in the airport here as well. It's more than likely because people are transitioning from here, there, and everywhere. So it's probably it's a dissemination point. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. We haven't got that here as of yet. I'm not sure what international looks like because we haven't actually opened up our borders to do international flights again. But the So who's ready to ruffle stomp some things with their level 19s? Yep. I'm just gonna be kind of over in the corner, just being like, anyone comes near me is gonna get got. Because I'm the only lawful good. Everyone else is what is it? Yeah, we. That's insane. Yeah. That's... Excuse me. Yeah, that was very similar to us over here, at least here in Canberra, before we went into lockdown 2 months ago. You know, we had a scare for 14 days, and it was like mask mandate just to be safe, and it was like, all right. But after, 7-8 days, there was no cases, and it was like, all right, we're going to see the full 14 days out, and just, it was like, all right, cool. And then we got rid of it straight away. It's like, yay. But yeah, most places here have got like an in and an out. Like they'll tell you which way to enter the store, which way to exit. But if they're larger stores, they can't really control how you go through the store too much. It's... Yeah, people are going to do what they want to do, right? So, even, What? Welcome back. How you doing, Sugar? Hello, everybody. Sugar, you're not alone in that. Yes. I need to get my own merch, even though I've already got it set up. Yes. Well, I'm gonna be the one to ask the questions. Everyone live who is wanting to be live this evening or this morning, wherever you are. All right, is everyone ready for me to do the recap? Alrighty. Let me just turn to my notes. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dungeons and Gumdrops. Once again for another session, and here is the recap for session 16. There's something in the water. So, we find the party split in two. Altharion, nAga, Rukhar, Carric, and Varrick are on the shore with a young girl that Avery had saved. And nAga is there comforting her as the others land on the shore. However, Bluto is not there. nAga, we find out, had given him all of his rations and set him free. it came to light that Bluto had been feeding, well, not feeding, but sending the children into the lake, as well as jewels and trinkets and things of monetary value, to appease some merfolk, so that they could get fish to feed the settlement. Otherwise, they would starve, because no crops grow, and the fish is really the only source of food for them. And nAga saw in him that Bluto wasn't really doing, like, he was doing what he had to out of a lesser of two evils situation. Altharion, he was pissed that nAga got that Bluto got let go, and Altharion was ready to pursue Bluto and just track him down, go on full ranger on him. But we had this girl, and that was the greater priority because she wanted to get back to the settlement, to her family. So through deliberation, we tried to get her to go across the lake. She did not at all want to go across. And so we decide to go walking around. During the conversation with nAga, though, we find that Bluto is a shell of a man that he once was, and that nAga had told him we'd kill Strahd, of course, and that with Strahd and finding out that if Strahd dies, everything will fix itself. And the girl's name is Arabelle. We also find out that the Burgomaster and the Baron are working with Strahd, so they're Strahd's allies. So, Altharion's previous plan of going to the Burgomaster and the Baron to find out what's going on would have potentially led them into the hands of Strahd, which is not a good thing. Now, turning back to the other half of the party. Evanora, Dracax, Avery, and Rukhar have been slowly descending in the lake, but there is no current, and there's this black hole at the bottom, and Dracax goes through, and then the other three follow, and it opens into a waterfall into another lake. There's a mermaid statue with 3 beautiful merfolk singing. Now, yes, singing. They are sirens. They are sirens singing a siren song, pretty much. And Rukhar kind of gets entranced by them. Dracax not so much. Avery not so much. And Evanora has to kind of slap Rukhar across the face a couple of times to get him to, come out of their trance, effectively. However, they head to the right-hand side, because there's 2 sides you could go to, the left or the right. They head to the right-hand side. And Dracax looks through, and there's multiple people talking around a dining table. There's a lot of hustling, bustling, and there is a few dozen children that look to be well taken care of. There are several adolescent or young adults cooking fish. There's a few teenagers as well, but a lot of younger children. And the place is absolutely spotless. Now, they head on in and they get conversing with those that are cooking and find out that they were sent here from Barovia. They are in another plane of existence. Through looking around at the children, I believe it was Evanora that looked for this. Specifically, some of the children do look familiar. And Damia is there as well. Now, all the children, all the teenagers, all the young adults, they're well fed. They've got plenty of fish. They're eating and they're content. They're not starving like the children are back in the settlement. So they approach Damia and ask her what happens to the children when they become adults, and she doesn't know. She hasn't been there that long. Now, they decide to leave them there as content as can be, and head over to the other side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow this entire story arc with this side, and then I'll go and return to the other party as well. So they head over to the other side in the other plane of existence that they don't know is another plane of existence as of yet. And there's a merfolk sitting on a throne of sorts with a lot of people in front of them, trying to appease them and laughing at their jokes and such. And it's quite a, quite a sight. All the adults are wearing fish scale clothing. And they're all catering to this large man. This large man is Lycan, the god of Myr. So the god of merfolk. And I can't remember exactly what the realm they are in specifically. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But they were talking, and they find out that only the merfolk close to him get corrupted. In terms of the ones from Barovia. He pulls in all these children from other sources and turns them into merfolk. And generally, if they have anything to do with Barovia and going up into there, then they get corrupted. Now, they get conversing and they're like, well, we want to get back to Barovia. And generally, of course, as we all know, Strahd invites the people he wants to come into Barovia. However, Lycan was going to be kind enough to send them back. But Evanora couldn't stand the fact that there were all these adults and children enslaved. And so she started touching everything, because he said, I'll send you back if you don't touch anything. And she started touching people and all this. And then Lycan puts them all to sleep. Coming back to the other party with Altharion, they start to make their way around the edge of the lake, taking the boat with them just in case they needed to cross some streams. They get to one such stream and they have to go and cross. Then Arabelle doesn't want to do it. We look down past the stream and there's this flying tower. And both Altharion and Rukhar recognize it. It is the tower from their dream. And there is a shadowy figure walking in front of it. Every time he would walk to the left, the tower would move left. Every time he'd walk to the right, the tower would follow him. Arabelle would rather go that way than go across here in the boat. Altharion tested the waters, and then it was about a little bit deep, and then it got to a certain point where the entire pole. And this was a good laugh, because Altharion went and got the immovable rod from nAga to test the depth of the water, and a lot of gags were made. And so Arabelle fled. Arabelle legged it. nAga followed. So then we left the boat. Altharion, Rukhar, Carric, and Varrick all follow. And nAga catches up with Arabelle first, and they're around a fire. And it's warm, and it's quite large, and Arabelle's just sitting there, nAga's just sitting there when Altharion rocks up with the others. And Altharion, seeing a fire and remembering what happened last time, claps his hands 3 times, turning the fire off. Everything goes quiet. However, there is an opening to which we can see the shadowy figure with the tower approaching. Within seconds, the party is dazed, confused, entranced, and then fallen asleep as 2 minutes pass and this shadowy figure is right on top of them, and they fall asleep. So everybody in the party, including Arabelle, who is with them, is now asleep. And this is where we pick up for session 17, the Nightmares of Dread. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Sergeant America. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, brother. Oh, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome to hear.
even close to them yet. You're just coming up to the door. And as you get closer, they start turning.
So I didn't even realize that I hadn't unmuted Discord. Rip. Big rip.
The little girl starts to notice you all starting to come closer on the graveled road. And she looks at you and shushes louder. And she tries so hard to get the boy to quiet down a little bit. She turns to you, a slight bit of fear in her eyes, more panic and worry. She looks at you almost pleadingly for help. Who's the first to walk up to them?
Where are they located again, Bird? Sorry, can you ping the map?
They're right where Scarth is standing. That is the entrance to the
Oh,
house.
okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say, where's my droppy shape? Okay. The mist is completely surrounding that box.
Okay.
So once you're in, there's no leaving. You feel it, you know the damage that the mist causes, and if you try to step into it, you do get sick and you get turned right back around right to the same entryway. You know exactly how it operates. That's classic mist.
So I'm guessing we're all still approaching at this point, or are we all kind of in that box
I
now?
would say getting closer, if not into the box.
So like we can be right there.
Yeah. As long as you're aimed in the, I'd say, correct direction, it won't spin you right round. But yeah, approaching, hearing the girl, seeing the girl and the boy, and the lit, gated entryway. It's pretty brightly lit, the entryway, I would say.
So she's inside the mist.
Hey, Mini Scribbler, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in.
Inside the gate to the house. That's not in the mist.
Welcome in, welcome in.
Yeah.
And we know where this house is, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
For the most part.
Just making sure.
For anybody who lives in the town, in the surrounding area of the town, you don't really recognize the little girl or the boy, but you do recognize the doll. It's from a very popular toy maker in town.
So then I would definitely know this doll.
100%.
Interesting. I mean, if they're gonna be sitting there hollering and all that, I would assume by the time that I get there, if nobody is already kind of talking with these kids, I'm going up and be like, hey, what are you crying about?
Excuse me. She would look to you again with that deep pleading eye and just point at the house and say that there's monsters in the house and we can't go inside. And the boy would once again start crying.
Well, why do you want to go inside anyways?
We want to be with mommy and daddy.
Well, if there's monsters, you probably shouldn't go in alone.
I'd look at her and ask her if they're any worse than the monsters outside.
Oh, deep.
right? They ponder that for a second. But they don't know what the monster looks like. It howls, though, she says, very loud. And she pulls the boy closer and starts kind of shushing him more and holding him really tightly to her. The little boy
It's not us at all.
will look at you, Vandry, and he'll go, I just want to see my brother. But we can't go inside.
And that just sounds unfortunate to me, but do I feel drawn to go into the house?
Not particularly, but when you look around you, there's really nothing else you can do for the time being.
Okay.
I mean, there's nowhere that you could go to that's not completely engulfed in mist besides this house. The houses that are next to it are starting to fill with mist that you can visibly see as it's still shrinking in on you a little bit. Very slowly, but it is moving.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. How do I want to do this? I would say then that Vandry is going to kind of like give them like a playful smile, and tell them, well, you know, I think I might have to go in, so I can go find them if you want.
If you would do that, that would be great. Maybe you could check out the monsters in the basement, though. You look strong.
I'll kind of give a very like the playful like
yeah, innocent look.
She kinda-
Exactly.
she's just like yes, I am
kinda
quite
happy.
strong.
She smiles, and it was the first time she smiled, and she goes, "What's your name?"
My name?
Yeah.
Andry.
I'm Rose, and this is Thorn. And our baby brother's
beautiful
name is
names.
Walter. Thank you. And she smiles, and the little boy looks at you, and he kind of gives you a little gleam, and he shows you his doll. And he goes, "This looks just like Walter." And it's a little stuffed teddy bear with blonde curls coming out of the top, and he's got a little purple heart stitched on to his chest.
Okay. Got it. Purple heart on chest, blonde hair.
Looks like Walter.
Got it.
Who's Walter?
Yeah.
Like
Zero one will actually
human
chime
heart
in.
or a regular.
No, like a little, like a drawn heart, not like a human heart. You silly goose. No, it's
Or
like
a heart
like
stitched on.
like a heart stitched on, like a little, like a thread, fake little heart, purple.
Okay, I needed the
Um,
clarification, okay?
Yeah, not a problem. I know. You know what?
I
You're
didn't
right.
know what the level of spook was going
So to fill you in,
Well,
guys,
we just
my
started,
character is
so,
Eliadan. We are playing with
yeah,
level
okay.
19 characters,
It's
whilst our
fine.
main characters are in a dream
Mhm.
state. We don't know our bodies. We don't know what we're talking. So that's to catch up to speed.
I'm going to sort of pipe up and just ask them what's in the basement. You mentioned the monsters in the basement. Why should we go see what's down there?
Maybe you can get rid of them because mommy and daddy can't. You guys seem strong. Look, there's more of you. And she looks behind you and you see more people coming in. More people that you've seen before.
Hey,
Is there anything of value in the basement?
I don't know. We're not allowed down there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not
kind
interested.
of like peer around the corner and be like, just so you know, just so we're clear, monsters do not exist at all. Okay.
Oh,
You
they
don't hear
exist.
them. You don't hear them. And she kind of looks at you and she's like, they exist. And from inside the house, you do hear noises. Not howls particularly, but there are things going on inside the house that you can't really quite make out. There's just an unsettling feeling, like something might actually be wrong. You're not too sure.
Both Zaleron and I forget your character's name, Babaloo.
Hey, you.
Hey, you.
Hey you.
you.
Yeah.
Still my favorite.
Both Zaleron and Hey You piping up and saying that Eliodon will come in and go, there are monsters. I have seen them with my own eyes myself and have beat them. Vandry, if you are going to go in, I will go in with you.
Bandry's going to still very playfully kind of like wave you off, not in like in a negative way, you know. I'm just kind of like wave you off and just like, yeah, I get it. We've got monsters. Cool. Can we just go in now?
As you
Zarlon
say
just
that-
gonna look at Paladin and just shake his head and sigh.
As you say that, and there's this interaction and tension in each of you, the door clicks open. And the little
That was
girl,
easy.
Rose, pulls her brother back towards the street side against the fence and says, we're not going to go in until those monsters are gone. And she like curls up on the floor and he sits almost on her lap and they play with the toy. She's just, from what you could tell, she loves her brother and she's just trying to distract him from anything that's going on with the house.
Sweet.
Okay. 01's actually going to go up to them and like very, very like stoically kneel down. And he's going to say, attempt to empathize.
Okay.
What do these monsters look like?
We've never seen them. We just hear them. And they howl a lot, especially at night.
So they're like dogs.
We're curious how like
Dragoon,
dogs
I
or
haven't got
how,
it on
like-
this scene.
They sound
Sorry,
like
brother.
But maybe? I don't know. They're just very loud.
I've
and
got to
scary.
set it up. I'm sorry, my
You're not
man.
allowed down there. Wait, the doors are locked.
Okay, gratitude, and he'll pat them on the head and then stand right back up.
Zarlon's gonna ask them if
Yeah,
there's anything upstairs.
don't try and do
You
it. I
mentioned-
haven't got
you keep
the
mentioning the basement
the
and
sound
the
alerts
monsters
on
down there.
this
Is there
one
monsters
for-
upstairs as well?
kind of specific
No, my
reason.
brother's on the third floor.
But well, I might add it in the future.
Interesting.
But how you doing,
And he'll just
Dragoon?
sort of
Great
leave
to
it
have you
at
with
that and
us.
walk away.
So the kids look scared, right?
Scared, yes. Brave, but scared. She's just not going back in the house. She's dead set, sat on the floor. She's not moving.
Bandry's gonna keep like itching towards the door. Like as she's watching people just like one step. She just keeps going.
Zarlon
Yeah,
is
nice,
going to the
Dragoon.
door
Love
as
to
well.
hear it. Love to hear it.
Balithal's gonna walk up to the kids and ask the little boy if he can see the doll for a second.
He looks at you and he kind of like holds the doll out and shows you and then instantly puts it back.
All right, so I'm gonna like kneel down, get right on his eye level, and reach out and try and just touch the doll for a second, if you'll let me.
Yeah, he'll let you.
Yeah, nice,
I'm gonna
Dragoon. Nice.
very quietly mutter a few words, and the doll is going to start glowing like this bluish light.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell him that we're going to go in the house and see what we can do, and that they need to stay out there. And I and stay with that bear or with the doll. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so he looks at the doll a little shocked. Rose is smiling at you, and at this point, Thorn just nods his head pretty viciously. It could fall off if he did it any heavier. And he squeezes the doll so tight to his chest, he's almost glowing. And Rose looks at you and goes, "Thank you." And then goes back to kind of almost petting Thorn. Like brushing his hair out of his face, that kind of thing.
And I'm gonna stand up and I'm just gonna walk away towards the
Okay.
house.
Beautiful. Okay. We are entering, correct?
Correct.
Everyone's coming along?
I
Cool.
have, yep.
What happens if I touch the mist?
For you?
Yes,
Hmm.
01 literally like he'll reach out and touch the mist.
Let me see what it does fully.
Also, Dragoon, feel free to put up a
I'll even say out loud
link in
curiosity,
Discord
and
for it.
he'll,
I
like,
might have a
point
look at it
him,
myself.
Look at the mist.
That's beautiful. Let's see. Nothing so far. With just a touch, it just dissipates in your hand and kind of goes around it.
Okay. That is all. I don't think I'll walk into the dangerous mist, but I was curious.
That is fine. Just so you are aware, I'll actually show this to you because it's not going to give anything away or anything. But if you do attempt to enter, those are your levels of exhaustion and what they do to you until you can get them removed.
It's a
can't
white
see anything.
page for me.
Yeah, it's white for me
It'll
too.
work.
Yep, completely blank.
That shouldn't be blank. What
Yeah.
did it do?
Nope.
All right. I will copy it over and put it inside Discord because that's dumb. Copy. I'll put it in lore just so we don't lose it for now. There is your exhaustion.
Is
list.
there a disadvantage on ability checks, speed to have,
Yep.
disadvantage on attack? Okay, so yeah, if you just go into the compendium and look up exhaustion, it brings it up.
Just standard exhaustion rolls for each level of exhaustion that you would get.
Yep.
You do have to pass rolls while you're in the mist. But no matter how long or where you go in the mist, you eventually come right back out where you started.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know why that didn't work. Very weird. Anywho. All right. This might get a little screwy for a hot minute. Okay. Excuse my hiccups. We are shifting. You're all going to be towards the bottom of the map, the very, very bottom. And I don't know what you can see. So,
Nothing
cool.
except for like the entranceway.
Perfect. Perfect. I really need to throw like a character on there for me so I can follow it around.
Ooh, I like all the health bars.
Yeah.
Represent.
Wow, I don't have very much health.
Yeah, you're like me, Balithal.
I mean, due to my class, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, due to my
Yeah,
race, it
same
doesn't
here.
surprise me.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes.
Wow. It's already starting, huh?
Well, I mean, he's already shot me a glare. Like, sheesh.
True.
Set in the mood. Set in the mood.
Can I?
I
Give me a second. I just want to see if I can do anything. No, I can't. Okay, cool. I have to make myself a fake character that I can follow around so I can see what you can see. So that I don't have to ask you every time to confirm that you can see the things that I need you to see. Okay.
That's
So,
spoiling it.
right? All right, so right at the front there is the gates. So you would all be right inside that area there, here.
Okay.
So where you see that little entryway, you can actually start moving up in that direction, just directly north, and that will bring you into the main hall of the entryway. Yep, right where Vandry went. Beautiful. Wow, the whole thing just shifted on me. What just happened? Okay, cool. Whatever. Take it.
Are we going in now?
Yeah, you can. How you go over there? I'm like that side north, not your north. But good, you weren't in the house though. This wide hall runs a little bit just ahead of you and has another doorway. Hanging on the south wall of this little foyer is a shield that looks like it's got a very old and very dusty coat of arms on it. Looks like a golden windmill of some sort. Flanked by framed portraits of aristocrats and mahogany framed double doors leading into the main hallway that you can see through. And stained glass. It's gorgeous, but it looks like it hasn't been touched in centuries. It's an inch thick of dust and dirt. There's no footprints either.
Am I able to recognize the crest on the coat of arms?
Looks familiar. You want to give me a history check?
Sure thing.
It looks familiar. You're not quite sure. You do know of a family that passed away like multiple centuries prior to you being here. You do believe that it was the Durst family crest, as far as your knowledge and history goes. You're pretty confident.
And we're talking like several centuries in Barovian time, correct?
Correct. From a little bit of the research that you've done, people you've spoken to, you've heard quite a bit. There are a lot of crests and family histories inside the archives that are in town. You've been here long enough that you've decided to peruse. I'm sure you might have passed it at some point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We see anything else in the room?
In this room, no, not really. Seems pretty plain. Two pairs of boots on the floor, like working boots. Covered in mud, but dry and dusty. Again, almost an inch thick of dirt and dust just sits on top of everything that has a ledge to sit on.
You said there was some kind of cloak or something in the room as well, right?
No, I should. Let me find it again.
There was something draped over something.
A coat of arms which is
Oh,
a
okay,
family
just the
crest.
coat of arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
hmm And it had portraits of old aristocrats that aren't really recognizable the way they sit, and mahogany doors with glass windows in the center that you can see through. And the rest of the house looks pretty dark.
If I investigate the photos, is there anything that I could find from them or possibly hidden behind them or anything?
I mean, you can try. I don't think there's really much to worry about in here.
Okay.
The pictures, from what you can tell, look pretty worn and old, so the faces are almost gone. But you could tell by their clothing that they were definitely special. They're just fancier pictures.
Okay.
There is a door straight ahead of you. If and when you're ready, it is open. You are more than welcome to walk through it.
I was just going to ask if the door was locked.
Mhm.
I will go through.
Okay.
Yep.
This wide hall runs the width of the house. Black marble fireplace, red marble staircase at the other end. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a long sword, with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. Again, like an inch thick of dust sitting across the top edge of it. The wood-paneled walls are ornate. Images of vines and flowers, nymphs, all decorated through them. There's a small room and several doors.
Small room and several
Yep.
doors?
Right about where Hayu is standing, there's an open doorway, and it has what looks like a curtain rather than a door. In there is just several cloaks that you can tell hanging. And there's one high hat sits on top of a shelf.
That was back here, right? Where I'm at?
Trying to find you. 1 second. You're all on top of each other. Kind of right to your left a little bit, like one box to your left. Where you are is a doorway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would be like in here.
Exactly.
All right, I'll investigate the cloaks and the hi-hats just to see if there's anything of value in them.
Okay. Hit me with an investigation. Okay. You don't find anything specific inside anything. However, inside the hi-hat, you do find another, what looks like a small drawn picture of the same coat of arms that you saw outside. And underneath it, it says Durst.
Okay.
But there's
That's
nothing of
all that
value.
the letter says. Okay.
There's nothing of value.
I'll come back out.
I'm checking this door that's like right in front of me.
Okay. You are. Where did my stuff go? Hey. Oh, my overlay disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay. Found it.
Oh no.
All right. This door is open.
I go in.
When you step in, you see a very fancy dining room, a formal dining room. The centerpiece is wood paneled with a carved mahogany table, surrounded by 8 high back chairs, sculpted armrests, cushioned seats, and a crystal chandelier. The table is set currently for 8 with silverware, crystalware, very shiny, like it's just been set. Mounted above another fireplace is a painting of an alpine vale. Wall paneling is carved again with elegant images of deers. There's a tree. It looks like a forest.
I feel so at home.
Red silk drapes cover all of the windows. And most of the tapestry depicts hunting dogs and horse-mounted hunters, you suppose, chasing after wolves.
Interesting.
But everything looks ready to use.
I'll go back into the main hall and just be like, oh, that's like a dining room.
Anything interesting about it?
Do they have silverware?
Yeah, they have lots of it. It's like just that. Some like really nice china.
Gimme. And Hay runs into the room, kind of like starts trying to collect all of it. You like shiny things?
All right. You could definitely grab some of the shiny things off the table if you'd like.
Okay.
But I'll recite kind of like the feel of the house with the, you know, the carved wood panels, the painting, tapestry, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Zarlon's gonna check this door to the right of him. Is
Okay.
it unlocked?
Real quick, would you mention how many places are set?
There's 8. It's seating for 8.
I would, yes.
01 would speak up and say, intriguing. There's 8 of us.
Oh.
We probably shouldn't eat. I don't know, just kind of not really the vibe I'm getting from this house.
I'm sort of hungry.
Well, should I go put the silverware back?
You can die.
Wow.
No, take the silverware. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Alright.
They won't know.
All right. Do you want your spoon?
Ooh, yes.
All right. Here you go.
I already love
I take the
both
spoon.
of you. Nice. Silver spoon.
01 is going
mention-
to cock his head like at the two of you.
I have to mention that, I mean, you'll get there, but Vandry does not call hey you. She calls him Hugh,
I love it.
like as a cute little nickname. So I just want to like.
I love it. I love it so much.
Eliadan's gonna walk slightly over to ZR1 and go and just quietly mention to him, I don't get it either, don't worry.
Her ears like twitch.
Oh man, I love it.
Am I able to hear anything going on in our immediate vicinity apart from, hey, you collecting all the silverware in the other room and all that? Is there any
Perception check.
Sure.
While you're doing that, ZR1 is actually going to like pull a random like moldy sandwich out from like a compartment and give it to Zarlon, since you mentioned you were hungry. And he will say sustenance required.
Thanks, I guess. And he'll just take it and with a really odd look on his face and stash it somewhere.
Where? Okay. With that 28,
What is
You-
happening right now?
Chaos.
itchy head.
These rolls.
Love it.
Oh.
With the 28, you stand and you try to tune everyone out. Because there's some mumbling going on, some talking, some chatters and friendlies. You don't hear anything super specific. There's no howling like the kids had claimed. You don't even hear them weeping anymore or talking to each other or anything out there. But it does sound like the house itself moves. And it creaks in ways that a normal old house just doesn't do. There may be footsteps above you. The creaking of the floor just very quietly from one side to the other. But it could just be the wind.
You will kind of nervously twitch and like look up and just be like, "You guys hear that by chance?"
I mean, am I relaying this information? I'm not sure if I'm relaying this information to them.
Well, I mean, he could definitely hear it if he was trying to. It's not particularly quiet. The one thing that does stand out to you specifically is that you don't hear those kids anymore. And you heard them just a minute ago. You could hear them talking to each other, calming each other down. The occasional cry. As it gets quieter, people are starting to peek around and check out walls and staircases and doors. You swear you hear a baby crying above you. Seems about right, considering what they told you. And then you hear what sounds like a rocking chair in one spot. Just slowly rocking.
Nope.
Smithy, you can't shake your head away from this one. I'm sorry. You signed up for this. I'm just letting you
This
know.
is vintage vibes. I'm out of here.
Where's the rocking chair sound coming from?
I think it's
It
above.
would be well above, yeah. There's
It was
no
upstairs in vintage too.
there's no distinct sounds down here on the first floor that stand out, essentially. It's pretty quiet. It's almost too quiet. The kind where you can hear your breathing, so it takes some effort to hear the other noises over yourself.
Right.
So it's like eerily quiet.
It's exceptionally quiet. It's almost, because you guys came in with an idea, you didn't notice it at first. But when everyone starts to pipe down and you have thought process of where you want to look and you feel it, it starts to get to you. You start to get a little louder, even though there's nothing, that deafening silence that everyone tries to get away from. It starts to get louder and louder. And everything else that you might have heard is gone.
Okay.
Andrew starts whistling.
There you go. Best way to beat it.
She's just like, this is creepy AF. Like,
Zarlon's just going to go through the door here and sort of just start looking around for anything of value or any books that could give us some knowledge or anything like that.
Okay. The room you step into is a pretty nice kitchen. It's tidy. It's got dishware, cookware, utensils neatly on shelves. There's some stuff sitting on what
So
would
I'm
be
just
like
trying to suss out right
work
now,
table.
team, what
there's
Elliot
some
Ann's gonna
food
do
items.
here.
You see fresh carrots, you see fresh potatoes, some fish, as if it was being prepared just a minute ago. It looks like you could eat it right now. There's extra place settings sitting right by the door, ready to go out. There's even a wood-burning fireplace burning away. The room is very warm. It's comforting. Feels much better than the rest of the house.
Do
It's
I?
delicious.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Do I see any signs that somebody's been there recently other than the fire being lit? Like, is there anything in the room that would give off that somebody's been here recently?
Give me a perception check. Okay. Directly behind the stove I'll actually point to it so you can see what I'm talking, because I don't know if you can actually see it. A little bit to your south is a small dumbwaiter. That
Okay, yeah,
typically
I can see it.
would be ready at the kitchen, but it's not. Next to it is a rope, and you can pull it. It's fine. You can go. It goes all either ways, so up or down. But it's not ready for the kitchen. So, to you, it was delivering.
Yeah, I
something
reckon it
somewhere.
is, Mini Scribbler. I reckon it is. Also,
mean,
as a
other
heads
side
up,
of the
this
kitchen
is
is a
the
small
house that you're meant to
pantry.
start off with in Curse of Strahd. So, but we're doing it with higher level
Very
characters.
small. Got it.
Very small pantry. But in here is pretty tidy. Nothing really too special. Nothing
Yeah.
fresh like that's in the kitchen.
So our DM's dialed it
Okay.
up to 11 for us because we're level 19s.
Nothing else in the pantry that I can see.
Nothing that you could tell
Alright.
now.
So if I come over to the dumbwaiter and I pull on it, does anything happen?
It moves. You could hear it.
Does it
It
bring
stops.
anything down? Does it
Which way are you pulling?
pulling it towards me, I guess?
So if you're pulling it from top to bottom,
Yeah.
it stops. You can't pull it any further.
And there's no like compartment or anything that comes to me.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. If I pull it upwards, does anything happen? Like away from me?
You feel it. There's no resistance this time. And you keep pulling and it keeps moving. You hear something moving, almost like you could hear the metal scraping the shaft that it's in on the sides.
Okay.
And as you move it a little bit more, you hear a very small bell ring. And on the other side of the wall is a little switch that tells you what floor it's on. And currently it says 2.
Okay, I'll leave it there. And then I will come out of the room and basically let everybody know that there's some fresh food in there. Actually, before I come out, I'm probably gonna grab some of the like carrots and stuff like that I could have in case, you know, I get hungry throughout the house.
Okay. Sure.
And then I will let the party know that there's some fresh cooked food, fish, you know, carrots and some vegetables there. I'll lay it out
My
prepared
thought
if anybody's
exactly,
hungry,
Mini Scribbler.
in the kitchen, and I'll let them know that I found the dumbwaiter, and you know, I pulled it up to the second floor, so when we go up there, we can check to see what's in it. For some reason, it wouldn't come down to me, but I was able to bring it up to the second floor, so.
Of course, Zaleron is not
Likely story.
Eliodon's
Anybody's hungry,
most
those some good
favorite
fish and
person,
stuff.
so
I mean, I
he
filled my
doesn't really
pockets.
care.
Meh, that's cool. I don't really need to eat.
Then I'll
Like
sort of
that.
like head towards the stairs and like look back at the party, be like, so we go up?
Isn't there another door somewhere in here?
Right by Kaiser.
Or is it-
Is it open?
Yeah, all doors are open down here anyway.
I would like to go in.
Okay, cool. So as you walk in, you get hit with this smell of fresh fire and recent kill.
My favorite smell.
So,
Steven
like,
again?
Nah, all good, Mini
you
Scribbler,
smell
all
like
good, my
wolf's
friend.
blood in this room. Is something that you're familiar with, being who you are. It's fresh, very fresh. The room is oak, completely paneled. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head. On the other side are stuffed wolves. There's 2 very large padded chairs draped in what looks like brand new fur. There's an oak table that has a cask of wine on it, a couple of goblets, wooden, a pipe rack, and a candelabra. A chandelier hangs. It's right above the table, and it seems to be casting more heat than you'd expect just from a chandelier. There are multiple cabinets standing against several walls.
Can I check through the cabinets?
Sure. So there are 2 cabinets currently, one to your north and one to your one to your north and one to your east. Which one would you like to check?
I'll start with this one.
Okay. Let's see. It is unlocked. You can do an investigation to see what you find in there, possibly. Okay. There's a very large assortment of wine glasses of all different shapes and sizes. There's 2 decks of playing cards. And from what you could tell, that's about it.
Fun. All right, I'm still the only one in the room, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna walk to the other cabinet and see
Okay.
if I have better luck there.
Okay. This one's actually locked. It's a pretty heavy lock. Looks like possibly some thieves' tools might get through it pretty easily.
Fun. Sure. What do I need to roll for that?
Anything else you'd like to do while you're in here?
I mean, like, what do I need to do for that? I got thieves' tools.
You have these tools? Then you just
Yes.
roll a dexterity check. Just dexterity. Okay. Inside the cabinet is a heavy crossbow.
Choosing high
2
rolls
light
today, chat.
crossbows, and a hand crossbow. There's 20 bolts for each weapon, each carved in silver. Underneath the small hand crossbow, you spot another deck of cards. This one, not so common.
Okay. I'm gonna grab everything.
Okay. I see him just coming out with tons of weapons on his shoulders. Like, look what I found, guys!
Yep.
That's
So what was it again? Heavy crossbow.
a heavy crossbow, 2 light crossbows, and a hand crossbow. 20 bolts.
So it
silver
automatically
bolts.
rolls advantage on roll 20 mini scribbler. So it means we take the first roll, and if there's advantage, you get the better of the 2 then.
All right. I'm gonna look around the room and see if there's anything else interesting.
As far as you can tell, generally speaking, the fire is fresh. It was just put out very recently. The fur feels wet still, as if it was just cleaned and is getting ready. There's no leather that you can tell. And the wolves seem to be watching you. The stuffed wolves around the room. They don't move, but I feel like their eyes are on you.
I'm gonna walk closer to that one. I'm just gonna poke it.
You swear you hear a whimper. It doesn't move though. But you could swear it just cries out a little bit.
I'm gonna rub my, gonna go like this. Like I'm looking where are they stuffed? Can I tell like how they were stuffed?
I mean, you could do an investigation.
I'm blind.
Yeah, you are definitely having trouble with that investigation there. As far as you can see, not really knowing how any of this works, It looked like it could be stuffed. They're squishy when you touched it. It wasn't like it was hard, like a dead animal or a live one for that matter. But you don't see any like cut lines or stitches or anything like that.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna pat its head on my way out of the room.
So we actually don't know that much about Kaiser, who is Kane's character.
As you get to the door,
We know that he's got long swords, he's covered in leather with a red hood.
Again.
Keeps to himself, though. That's about it that we know.
Interesting. Come on.
Of course, naturally, you would poke a stuffed wolf. Why wouldn't you?
I mean, you said they
It's-
were stuffed. Doesn't mean that they were dead.
I mean,
It's D&D, okay?
it's I you know what? I cannot confirm nor deny anything.
Discussion, right?
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
We see him coming out with like all these crossbows, right?
I would assume so. Depends on if he put them away or if he carried them. I don't. What did you do, Kane?
I'm gonna carry like the heavy crossbow and the light ones, but I'm gonna put away the hand crossbows.
Okay.
And the bolts that go with it.
So Zarlon's just gonna look over and be like, "Where'd you find all those?"
A log cabinet in that room. Does anyone need, a crossbow?
I mean, I wouldn't know what to do with one, but they look cool.
If,
Anything else in that room?
I mean, a crossbow's no good without ammunition. So unless you've got the ammo for it, it's no use to us.
Ooh.
I got a couple bolts, like a handful for each one. About 5.
Just the big crossbows, or
For the heavy crossbow and the 2 light ones. They each had a little bit of ammo.
For clarification, Bird, was there 20 bolts total or 20 bolts per crossbow?
Well, I mean, it depends on what Kane wants to tell you. But what I
Fair.
told him was 20 bolts per.
I
Okay,
I said 5. So
Completely
5 each.
understand. Got it.
Ammo hoarder.
5 each. Completely understand.
Smithy's over here like, I was in the room.
No, that was like just out of character curiosity.
Yeah.
I meant to preface it with the out of character.
Yeah, I
He's like,
figured it was.
excuse me.
God told me that.
With my knowledge of the arcane. No. Cool. So
I'm gonna
it was
pull out
really-
my hand
anything else in
crossbow
that
and
room?
say those crossbows are nice, but nothing beats one of these.
I mean, if everyone's okay with it, then and no one wants them, I will just put them away and sell them when we're out of this place.
Just hold up for a sec. I'm just going to check something quickly.
Okay.
Anyone want to do anything while we're waiting for these two to finish conspiring?
I'm gonna start creeping up the stairs.
Okay. You keep
Andrew's
it away.
curious if there was anything else in that room. Now that he just came out like loaded with stuff. So she'll peek in.
Okay.
He's gonna be right behind her.
Nice.
Just, like, peering over the
in
shoulder.
the right room here.
What,
Okay.
she left? I'm going with her.
So,
So you see the same pretty much setup that you saw that Kane just saw. Nothing seems too out of the ordinary. You do see the open cabinet. That seems pretty empty now. The other one's still filled with wine glasses, and a couple of playing cards, decks of playing cards.
Can I check the decks?
Yeah, go ahead.
I check the decks.
Do an investigation. Okay, so the first deck you take out and you shuffle through it really quick, and it seems like a standard set of playing cards. The second deck you take out and you shuffle through it, something seems wrong. There's not as many cards as there should be.
Okay.
And when you shuffle through again and you're actually looking at the cards a little bit closer, it's a half of a tarot deck.
Ooh, I keep it.
Okay.
So Elliot will pipe up to Kaiser. I just had to check whether I would be proficient in using them. And I'll go, look, if you're willing to part ways with one of the light crossbows, I will not say no, considering that I am only close combat and magic at this point. We're not sure what we may face in here. Kaiser?
Oh, what's that? Sorry.
I was... Elliot was asking you if you would part ways with one of the light crossbows with some ammo for him.
Sure. Of course. I will, hand over the light crossbow and the 5 bolts. Sadly, that's all the bolts that I could find that goes with that crossbow.
If no one else is going to, you're only planning on using one yourself. If no one else wants them, maybe you could pass me another 5 bolts that goes with one of the other ones. If no one else is going to take one, then why not have the same amount of ammunition each?
Sure. Just in case. And I'll go ahead and give you the 5 bolts as well.
I love that so much.
Thank you, Kaiser.
Reluctantly, passing them one at a time. I could see it.
To be fair, I would have rolled persuasion if necessary.
Yeah. It would have been against his deception.
Yes. But
so Vandry and Hayu, are in the room together at the moment. Everything seems normal, to say the least, for the house, that is. You do see the furs, you see the pipes, you see the 2 wooden goblets, carved goblets. You feel the warmth at the table. You can both also kind of smell the dead animal in the room. So you know that this is fresh. Much fresher than you think it should be. Can you both roll me a perception check in the room?
Yer!
Nice. Wow, on a 34. Jesus.
Wow. Plus 16?
Yeah. So, welcome to level 19, everybody.
Holy hell!
Amanda, you're kind of just taking in everything around you, and it's not very overwhelming, but certainly not underwhelming either. But how you notice the wolves pretty quickly.
Mhm.
And maybe it's because of who you are, but you notice them watching Vandry. And their heads don't move, but their eyes do.
That could be it all.
While you're standing there and kind of looking between the 3 of them, You notice the stag that's on top of the fireplace, the mounted stag. Its eyes are moving too.
I don't want to play this. Let's take a turn. Because originally, I was gonna have him notice all the dead animals and immediately get like super sad that there's dead because he loves the wilderness, right? And just head straight out. But if he notices this, Alright, so yeah. So Heyu is gonna go around to each of the wolves and kind of like look at the stag up on the wall. Become very sad. And then look at Vandry and just be like, I don't know why, but they're watching you. I need to leave. And then just heads out.
So Vandry's gonna like perk up and be like,
That'll
what?
be very interesting, Dragoon. Sounds like
How
an
are they
interesting
looking
challenge.
at me? Like, do they look scared or like can I tell from like the way their eyes are looking at me?
You don't get a sense of fear from them. They seem sad.
Then I'd say go
With
for
anything?
it. Give it a shot.
They don't seem like their eyes are not showing you any hatred or anger. They seem sad and stuck in some way.
She's gonna kind of like also start looking sad, and she's gonna go up to the closest
Yeah,
to
that'd be
wherever all those
interesting as
playing cards
well.
were.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna start like petting it. And like very quietly just be like, I'm so sorry for whoever did this to you, but I'm gonna find how to get you out.
And you, while you're saying that, you could almost swear that you hear like a whimpering.
Yeah, she gets like almost like a determined look in her eye, almost like she hears that whimpering and like the fire inside of her was just lit, and she's like, oh, we about to someone up. So
Sorry, I didn't
so yeah,
catch that.
listen next
she
time.
dropped an F-bomb without dropping an F-bomb.
Oh yeah.
No.
Never.
As you're sitting there and you're feeling this newfound determination to help and to release whatever is going on in this house, you think back to the dining room and all the drapes with the hunters and the wolves, and realize that this is not the only wolves that had to have had this happen. And when you do look around,
Yeah, I'm real pissed.
you notice more of this. In the etching of the wood and the walls is the same things, just repeated in different forms and different fashions, where a wolf is being hunted or one may be speared. It seems to be just what they did.
So yeah, the one that I'm petting before I leave, I'm gonna like scratch its chin and just be like, don't worry, heads will roll, and then I'll leave.
And as you leave, you hear that whimper again, a little bit louder this time. You're almost
That seems insensitive with the head mounted on the
Wow. I believe the line would be
Listen.
phrasing.
Oh.
Amazing.
So she'll come back out into the main hall and she looks pissed. You can definitely, everybody would be able to tell that she is fuming.
What happened in there?
She's gonna say, whoever wants to play taxidermist with living things is about to feel my wrath.
Zarlon's gonna look over and be like, now we're talking.
And she's gonna start like marching up the stairs. Like,
Yes.
he is pissed.
Oh, I love
What's
it.
the construction of this house? Like, what's it made out of? Can we tell?
Primarily wood, stone. It's pretty old. So it's some things have been kind of rebuilt several times over the course of its life. Most of it's
Okay.
wood.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Anything specific or just in general?
Just in general. Just kind of like a general sweep.
Okay. And detect magic lasts for what, 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Where you're standing right now, you start to see different hues of auras popping up pretty much everywhere. There's some colors coming from inside distant rooms, the dining room, the wolf's den, essentially. And if you look around you, you can see it in the walls. It's pretty much everywhere.
Okay. So I'm going to try and take advantage of this 10 minutes. And I'm just going to peek my head in here into the wolf room.
Okay.
Kind of look at that stuff, see if anything pops out. Primarily with the taxidermied animals.
They all have quite a glow to them, essentially, including the stag. There's a few spots in the room that don't quite make sense as to why they would be glowing.
Okay.
The fireplace, and right next to it, almost against the wall, but on the floor, to the very far side by the window there, has almost like a square hue into the ground. Like,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk over to that, and then take a closer look.
you could do an investigation. There's something there, but you don't see how to trigger it, how to open it. If it opens, you are not quite sure.
What is the floor made out of?
It looks like wood. As far as you could tell, it should just be wood.
I can kind of see a general outline of what's below.
Generally speaking, yeah, it's pretty square in the
defined.
center. Yeah, for the most part.
Is the door open? Like, you didn't close it behind you, did you?
No.
Okay. 01 is going to be curious as to why you're like looking at the floor. So he'll come over and he's going to say, question, why are you looking at the floor?
I'm actually going to look at him and I'm going to describe what it is and describe to him where it is on the floor.
Okay.
And then step back.
Yeah, I'll investigate it too then.
As
Same thing.
Elliot and
Seems like a square in the floor that he would be talking about. It doesn't. If you tap on it, it doesn't sound hollow. There's nothing that you can see in its direct vicinity that looks like it opens or shows you something.
oh,
Standing
I
on
don't
it
think
does
they
nothing.
are. I think they're magic.
Nothing
I
you
think
can
they're
have.
spirits.
Wicked
I think they're
disintegrity.
spirits, 100%. So
And
you go, Fire.
I was going to ask, can I move it telekinetically?
No.
Okay.
So Eliadan seeing both Balithal and ZR1 go into this room and having seen Vandry go in and come out mega upset. He's like, something's going on here. He's kind of picking up on some stuff. And so he's going to enter the room as well. Let's have a look here. And he's gonna ask Balithal, because obviously we would have heard Balithal speak out something when he cast Detect Magic, right?
Yeah. There's a verbal, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Can I let you view this
Yes, there it
video?
is.
Yeah. So I'll be like, I'll go, Balithal, what did you just cast? If you mind my asking.
I just wanted to take a look around, so I'm trying to detect any magic in the area.
What do you see?
Everything. Like, there's a lot of magic in this place. But this spot in particular doesn't look like there should be anything here.
But that there is.
See if that changes things for you.
Well, considering you're so enthralled and looking at this one spot, let me do something here. But I'd like to use Divine Sense.
Okay.
So I'd like to use one of my uses of that. So I'll be down to 3. And it's got a radius of 60 feet. But it's anything that's not behind cover. So it's probably only going to encompass this room.
Okay.
So I know the location of any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover. I know the type, but not its identity. Within the same radius, I also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell.
Okay.
Let's see what I
would say
find.
that you could notice a little bit about this, what seems like a square in the floor. It seems I'm trying to think how to phrase it so it fits this in the right direction. It seems like it's definitely had something cast upon it. You're not quite sure what. It's not something that you've sensed before. But it's definitely not just a trigger to open, close, do something with.
All right, I'll relay that to both Balithal and ZR1, and I'll say it in such a way that ZR1 understands. So I'll go, look, being a paladin, I have magical abilities that I'm able to use to detect various mystical forces. Very similar to the way that you're able to potentially track something, ZR1. Am I able to use the fact that I know that he's hunting a void being from previously, or out of character, that is? Would I know that because I've likely teamed up with him previously?
You probably.
Okay.
I would say over the course of time, that would probably surface of some kind. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say ZR1, very similar to how you're able to track the void being. That's how I'm able to see what's going on here, in that kind of same sense. So I can tell you both that there has been something cast on this square, that it is not just a trigger. And then I'd also like to turn and see if there's anything else in the room as well.
Nothing that stands out. The wolves seem strange. They're a bit confusing to you. They're very neutral.
Thanks, Don P, for the follow, and welcome to the chapter! Yeah, cool.
I'm watching. I have your stream. I want to see something. I moved you for a hot second.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll relay the information.
Rooms you've seen
No worries at all, Don. Thank you so much for that, mate.
should potentially stay visible on the map now. Damn it.
So yeah, I'll relay that information to both ZR and Balithal as well about the wolves. That they don't seem to be
Everything disappeared.
Bird,
Hmm?
can you check your DMs?
No,
All sorts
Yeah.
of DMs.
I am.
Oh, I mean, I asked her a couple things, so.
Excuse me.
So I guess Elliot will pipe up whilst Bird's figuring out what she's working on, and he'll go, "Is there anything else you want to see, or anything else you'd like to look around for? I'm happy to go with you."
Who are you directing that at?
Balithal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, all good, all good. I was, Elliot was just saying to Balithal, look, is there anything else, like, in this room you want to have a look at? Are you wanting to check out any rooms? Like, I'm sure we can probably work together and see if we can find out some more information, or, you know, if there's anything else you want to investigate, I'm happy to come with you.
I mean, like, if we can't do anything with this square, I'm gonna move on too, and like, kind of as much as I can, move through this first floor and just look at stuff with the detect magic.
Yep. Okay, sounds like a plan. I'll help out where I can.
Come into the
I
kitchen,
guess. As one more quick thing, 01 is going to try and punch the square in the ground as hard as he can.
This one does.
I mean,
Classic.
you're more than welcome to throw an attack roll at it.
Yeah, I know, right, Dragoon?
Actually, yeah, I will do an attack roll. So, he will turn on his like wrist energy blade and stab the square as hard as he can.
Okay. Nothing seems to change.
Does it mark that area on the floor or anything like that?
It looks like it was hit with some kind of a electricity spark or a fire spark, and it leaves that blackened ring in the circle in the center, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, he'll say intriguing, and then turn off the blade and walk out with everyone else.
I think I fixed the map, by the way. That's what I did for a second there. So a previously entered room should stay grayed out rather than go back to black.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That
So
looks
as long
great.
as you've been into the room prior, you should be able to see it. And it should stay that way. So hopefully you guys can navigate a little bit better rather than kind of guessing. I just think it's better.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I know that there's a way for me to do this. I'm like, where's the button? I found it. Okay. So for the time being, who's going up the stair? I know Zerilon is up there, or at least on the top of the stairs. Vandry was behind him. So I'm going to move people over to the next floor one at a time, just so I have your order. It doesn't really matter, but it's easier than copy pasting. So we're going to pull you guys over just like kind of one at a time. Ball, CR1, Keen. Push you guys over a little bit. Get all you pains and all butts over in the corner here. All right. Lay you down. And bam. Right in the center. So now you should all be, yes, I got all of you. Minus poor Scarth, who I will walk through this map afterwards. You've now entered the second floor.
The silent.
Yeah, he's around somewhere.
He's off doing his own trivial shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
He hasn't come in yet. Unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this somewhat elegant hallway. Hanging above the mantelpiece of the very familiar black marble fireplace is a wood-framed portrait of the family that lives here. A man and a woman. And their two children, Rose and Thorn, that you recognize very well. Cradled in their father's arms is a small little baby. And the mother looks very scornful. There's standing suits of armor flanking two sets of wooden doors. Each suit clutches what seems to be a very old-fashioned spear. And each of their helms are shaped like wolves' heads. The doors are carved with dancing youth, although maybe not dancing. And the red marble staircase that started on the first floor continues up to the next floor.
Am I noticing anything with my detect magic in this room?
The suits of armor, and mostly anything that's behind each of the doors, everything seems to just have a hue to it.
So I'm gonna just a little bit of a cautionary. I'm getting a magical presence from the suits of armor to everybody.
Noted.
Wonderful.
Interesting.
Oh.
Just so nobody's surprised when they start saying hi or something.
Or when they decide to put their spears in front of the door.
Right?
What? No, should I?
Never.
No.
Why would they ever do that?
To direct you in the other direction.
I don't like how right you were, first off.
Hey, I'm the only lawful good here, alright?
Listen here, buddy.
Arlon's just gonna sort of mimic him and investigate the suit of armor closest to him.
Okay. So which one? You're kind of in the center of two.
I'll take the one to this side.
Okay. Did you roll yet? I was on a different sheet.
Sorry, what am I rolling?
Roll me an investigation.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I did not. Was not
From what
me.
you can tell, you've seen these before. Definitely not normal suits of armor. They don't seem to be moving, though. And typically, when you get too close to them, as far as what you've been through in the past, they move. And these aren't.
No, I was, that was Sugar, who is playing Vandry. So she's another
I'm
player.
gonna sort of like
Bird is our
knock on the
DM.
helmet. Be like, is this thing on?
So to run you through Mini Scribbler, who we've got. So we've got
Interesting.
top left, across the top, we've got Babaloo,
I'm gonna
Balithal,
look back to the party
Kane,
and be like,
then myself.
"Oh, that's weird."
Then right next
And
to
then
me
just
is
sort of, like,
Bird, the
turn back
DM.
around.
Then Firepoison. Then going down underneath Firepoison. Oh, they could block
Is
the door.
this thing on?
Then we've got Iron Smithy, Sugarsockz, iEnemyBeneath. And that's the order
Interesting.
in terms of players.
Do I, with my background, do I notice anything like magical about it? Like,
But
since he mentioned
I
that
did
there's,
say
like, a
that they
magical
could
presence,
block the door if they didn't want us to go
am I-
through. If they're magical.
Are my sorcerer's senses tingling?
Nice.
Currently, no. But the entire floor feels weird.
Okay.
No, Sugarsockz said, and she's not the DM.
Cool.
Sugarsockz was the one who said she doesn't like how right I was.
This door in front of me, is it unlocked?
You're a good mini scribbler, don't stress. Happy to explain it to you.
Was that what you
I
were
am
doing?
I am attempting the handle. Yep.
It is locked.
Still nothing from the suit's armor when he tries the handle.
Nothing.
So I'll mention to the party this door is locked. ZR1, any luck with that one?
He'll cock his head and ask, what do you wish for us to do?
I don't think we try to get into the rooms and investigate the floor, maybe see what's here.
He'll nod his head and say affirmative, and he'll try stabbing the door.
That's one does.
Yes.
Not opening the door, stabbing the door. I love it.
Why would we not stab the door? Nothing happens particularly.
Even if he tries like cutting at the lock or anything like that.
I mean, the knob will jiggle a little bit. How aggressively is he trying to, stab the door open?
Pretty aggressively.
Okay.
He was given a directive to open the door, so he is
Fair.
going to do what he
Okay.
can to try to.
Oh man. Okay. Give me a
If you need
strength
an
check.
attack roll, I can. Okay.
No, a strength check is fine. Okay, so as he's sitting there stabbing at the door, and you're all kind of watching him with this, is he really doing that motion? Who's scratching their head? Someone's got hands on their chins. Like, it's just, you're kind of watching what's going on here. Like, I don't quite, okay, sure, maybe. He just so happens to catch the center of the doors in such a way that it pops the door open.
Cool. I mean,
Now we can see in the room.
I'm just gonna sort of like peek in and see what's going on in there.
Okay. I gotta get to the right number here. All right. Found it.
Also, turn off the blade without saying a word.
Fair. Gossamer drapes cover the windows. It's pretty elegant in here as well. It's a hall that seems to span the entire house. There's what looks like brass chandelier. Upholstered chairs line the walls. There's a piano in the corner. From what it looks like, this is just a party room, a dancing hall, or a gathering spot. There is a harp in the room as well. And when you look a little closer and you walk in a little deeper, there's stained glass underneath the upholstered windows, like the drapes. And in each of those, they depict like beautiful men and women and children, and everyone's playing different instruments. On top of the fireplace is all figurines of little dancers. The room is pretty clean and ready to use. Even the upholstery seems fresh.
So there's no dust in this room like there has been on the first floor?
Correct. There's no dust in this
Interesting.
room, and there was no dust in the dining room.
That's in the previous room. Oh, in the dining room. Okay.
In the dining room, yeah.
Anything else that we see? Or are we free to look around?
You're free to look around.
I'm gonna check out the piano, sort of like lift it up, check inside, see if there's anything in or around it.
Yeah, can I kind of just like briefly scan over the room?
Yeah, I mean, hit me with investigations. Nice.
Not nice.
I mean, nice enough. It's a piano. You got that part down. There's nothing too special about the inner workings of the piano, but you do know that the keys are not normal. They seem really expensive. You do find a small switch just sitting on where, I guess, I don't know what it's called, but where you would place the piano music. Just right next to it is a small little switch.
I'm gonna push it.
Piano starts playing. Just a soft, whimsical ball music. It's nothing that you've heard, but it's also, it just sounds calming.
Are the keys moving on their own?
Yeah.
Got it. gonna leave it play and head over towards the harp.
I'm imagining
ZR1.
the Phantom of the Opera right now.
What?
Right?
It'd be spooky.
So ZR1, you wanted to just scan over the room with that 26?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything specific or just in general?
Kind of just in general. I think the only thing that specifically I would be interested in is the piano as well.
Okay. To you, it doesn't seem out of the ordinary. It's pretty much a replica of ones you've seen pretty much all over. There is a piano maker in town that makes a wide variety of instruments, but it does seem like it could possibly come from him, except it does look fancier and definitely a lot more expensive. Everything else just seems normal. It's fancy. It's a wooden floor that's shined and polished. Good for dancing shoes.
Is my magic radar still going?
You don't notice
get
anything
it.
too much in the room, to be honest. There's nothing that's really standing out to you that would make you look at it. The only thing that you would be curious about would be the hue that comes from the fireplace. But the hue from the downstairs fireplace could just be coming up here as well. It could just
Right.
be the fireplace. So you're not quite sure.
Hmm. What is the color of the fireplace?
Kind of like a warm orange. Not quite red, not quite orange. It's in the middle of amber tone. It's very common from what looks like around the house.
So with Eliadan having been in Barovia for around 50 years,
Mhm.
he would have more than likely ran into several instances of other fires of the magical nature that have had to be dealt with.
Sure.
And he knows how to deal with them. So he's going to clap 3 times. Does that do anything to the fire?
You are freaking adorable. No, it doesn't.
As he turns the real fire on.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
no, could you imagine?
Oh gosh.
Tap on, tap off.
Here it does nothing.
Okay.
I love that.
It was worth a shot.
That it's gonna haunt us forever, to be honest.
Yes.
Mhm.
But I made
Evanora's
sure.
gonna, or not Evanora, oh my god. Vandry's gonna go look over at him and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, ZR1 is going to clap as well. Trying to figure out what you're trying to do. Like he's just gonna stare right at you as he's doing it.
Okay.
Love it.
Let me explain. So there are several spots around Barovia where there are fires, and if someone stays in them for too long, or they're camped by them, they can actually be entranced by them, and they can't break out of it. So how they are normally broken is by clapping 3 times, and that's one of the things that I sometimes get tasked to do for other settlements, is go and find people, and I follow their path, and I normally come across one of these fires, and they're there. If they have not been attacked by wolves, that is.
Vandry's just gonna, Vandry's gonna stare at you and just be like, uh-huh.
You don't understand, do you?
I'm pretty sure you're insane, but it's okay.
I'm content if you consider me insane. It's something that many people think I am within this realm,
He's not the
sticking
only
to my
one.
morals.
Who's insane?
And is your occupation the clapper?
He's a music maker now.
No, ZR1. I'm a paladin.
Who claps?
At fires.
All I got out of that is that you travel around clapping your hands in front of fires,
Mhm.
and that's your job.
I
Cool.
save
All
people.
people.
I go and rescue
Like
people.
clapping?
I also sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, a paladin.
I also do go and fight the wolves
Fires.
that attack.
So you're like a firefighter.
Wow.
I
Wow.
Anywho, I also help defend settlements when they require certain tasks to be done that can only be handled by a paladin or a cleric, as I am also a healer.
You have to clap your hands for that too?
No, I don't, Zaleron. All I have to do is speak some words, gesture my hands, and maybe use some consumable ingredients, but I haven't had to do that for a while. So, because I've gotten so good at
Is-
casting these spells.
Hmm.
Andrew's gonna
Got it,
turn to hate you. Just go. You're healed.
Actually, conveniently enough, so that actually kind of slaps him out of his like super sad like phase that he was because of the things that were happening downstairs, and then he kind of just gets into this mood where like he's super serious about finding these people who killed the wolves and whatever. Takes out 2 spoons, gives one to ZR and one to shoot, how do I pronounce your name, Smithy?
Zarlon?
Zarlon. And Martis, if we can take their spoons, we can take their lives.
Gladly takes the spoon.
Wow. Hot damn. All right.
I don't even know how ZR1 would respond to this or whatsoever.
I think the correct response would be confusion.
He
mean-
doesn't get confused. That's the issue.
I heard taking
Wow.
lives and I'm down, so I'm gonna grab the spoon.
There.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
yeah, that's a good point. He would just hold the spoon like straight out in front of him and say, "We do not wish to take lives, but if we must take spoons, we may."
Good enough.
I mean,
I need permission to use that quote as an alert from this point forward. Every time somebody follows, I want it to just scream, if we can take their spoons, we can take their lives. That's what I want.
for D&D only streams, right?
Oh my god.
that is good. That is so good. Well done. Well done, everybody.
Oof.
Zarlon's... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're absolutely laughing our guts up at something that must be creepy as all heck.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to sort of like poke my head into the fireplace. It's off, right? Wait, let me confirm. The fireplace
Yes.
is off, right? Okay.
Correct. That fireplace is not currently on.
I'm gonna like just sort of like peek in, look around, look up, like sort of see like if there's any kind of like hidden switches or anything within the fireplace.
Investigation.
Ah, damn it.
Now, soot. That's all you get. You get soot.
Soot. I'm getting
You get
dirty
lots
face.
of
Got
soot.
it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dirty face, dirty hands. You're sooty.
Okay, hold on. Before he completely backs away with his
Nope.
back to me, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going Hold
Oh
on.
no.
As soon as his head clears that fireplace, I'm gonna cast this and light the fireplace.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. And it begins.
Oh, that's my favorite spell.
That one.
As soon as you do that, ZR1 will point at you and say, "Observation: he did not clap."
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice.
Oh, this is never gonna get old.
So that just what is it?
And
It's just gonna.
then we're all gonna look. I'm gonna look over at Eliodon and go, "You're up."
And it's at this, I'll give him a nod and I'll clap 3 times.
My God.
I'm sorry.
I'm shoot a little glare over to Balithal and wipe my face off. And as I walk past him, just sort of nudge him a little bit and walk out the door.
After he's got out the door, I'll turn to Balithal and I'll just quietly say, "Well done."
Before I leave, I'm gonna dismiss it.
Okay. When you dismiss it, it reignites.
Perfect.
Oofed.
I'm gonna
Wait,
look
just like on its
really
own?
like that.
On its own.
Can I specifically investigate the campfire or the fireplace now? Then.
Sure. Seems like an ordinary fire. It's a little strange, albeit it was out and then started again on its own. It seems to swell and flicker just like a regular fire. The rest of the room does take on that reddish yellow hue, just cascading light out into the foyer that was currently unlit when you came through. You do notice while you're standing there, kind of checking out the entirety of the fireplace, that the little figurines that everyone took really no notice to are actually little skeletons dressed up in really formal wear, including
totally did.
what looks like 3 children.
Am I able to investigate those skeletons?
If ZR1 tells you about them.
True.
That's troubling because he would not. He'd just walk out.
Okay. Alright, looks as though everything's clear in here. No.
The ambiance is great though, with the piano just like going along too.
As I come out,
I forgot that was
and as I
ZR1
walk,
and
the
not me.
fireplace was still lit. I'm going to investigate this suit of armor that I'm basically standing on top of here. See if anything's changed.
Okay. This is before the other guys came out, or is this after they came out? You
He
left
would.
before them.
Yeah, he would have done it like as he was coming out.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Investigation, yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay. Same as the other one, it seems like nothing is out of the ordinary. It doesn't move. You could touch it. It doesn't seem like it's going to do anything special.
He'll knock on the helmet again.
Nothing happens.
All right, and
When
I
ZR1 comes
feel-
out, he's going to ask why you're obsessed with the armor.
Well, you see, I've seen this type of armor before, and generally they move. I mean, and these are just not. And I feel like they're going to when we don't expect it.
That's weird for you to be concerned about that, Sir Lauren.
Why would that be weird? You wouldn't be concerned about suits of armor moving, potentially, blocking our path?
I mean, I am, personally. I'm just surprised it's something you would say out loud.
The right people.
Clearly. So, long story short, from the session 0, we set up that my character and Smithy's character don't get on at all.
I'll ask if anybody can unlock the door to the north, or if they want to go upstairs.
Bandry will just walk up to unlock it. So what roll?
Yeah, no kidding, Fire. Literally,
I
the
know.
walking through the armor.
What?
Sorry, that's beautiful.
True.
As everyone exits that room, the doors shut behind everyone, and you hear a faint click. As you step away from the doorway, since there's not much room, I'm not going to move everybody, but when you move away from the doorway, just enough for it to shut and lock, both suits of armors that are flanking that door turn facing inward and put their spears down to cross the door.
Ha! Told ya.
Behind it, you can hear the harp start playing.
Oh, see, now that's unusual, because a harp can't play itself.
Andrew, when you go to touch the door to see how to open it, it's open.
What the?
So as I go to I turn the doorknob and it's open.
Mm-hmm.
So as I open it, I'm gonna put my hands up and be like, damn, I'm good.
Clearly, it had nothing to do with the door locking behind us on the other side.
I already have a crush on Vandry. I don't care. Just saying.
Vandry's gonna go look straight at you and be like, it's because I clapped first.
Elidon's just gonna laugh and shake his head. He's like, some people who don't believe what I do is good enough for them.
I mean,
It's
I believe
unfortunate.
firefighting is somebody's got to do it.
Real talk, though, if a firefighter could just walk up to a fire and clap his hands and stop it, that man would
That'd be pretty. That would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, but
This
could you
is a whole
imagine?
new bit to clapping cheeks. This is
Yeah.
Could you
like
imagine watching a firefighter walk up to a fire and clapping at it though? I mean,
3
Oh
times.
gosh.
Yeah.
and the fire just
That would be hilarious.
That is a
you don't be
severe
like,
hold my beer
what?
moment. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be going the other direction real quick. I'd be like, that is nuh-uh.
Well, you've got those two reactions, right? Where someone's been like, no, I'm not dealing with that voodoo magic.
Oh,
And the
I
other
would be
person who's going to turn the person
deeply-
next to him and be like, so are you as high as I am?
Like, what was in
We
those
on the same
brownies?
level.
Did I? Is it the fumes? Did I, what?
Don't talk about the brownies.
Hey, it's a common knowledge thing in pop culture. That is all that I am referencing here, Smithy.
Got it. Got it.
That is
But
all
is
I'm
it like a,
referencing.
like quick, or is it like a?
I'm
or-
not giving you the cadence of which I clap. I'm not going to give you the cadence.
I hope you know,
Well,
as
I mean-
like we keep going through this, anytime Vandry has like the opportunity, she's talking to Hey You, and she's like, "Do you think it's like a like?"
So with the not giving us the cadence, though, we have witnessed you trying it twice.
Yes,
And
but
failing.
none of you have decided to do an investigation check to see how I actually do it.
Game on.
Doesn't seem like the type
Okay.
of thing we need to
You can
investigate.
investigate. It is 3 claps.
It's a paladin clapping his hands at some fire, like it's gonna do something,
You're healed.
right?
Laying on hands doesn't work like that.
That you know.
Actually, I fully believe that once you do lay on hands on yourself, you're giving yourself a self 5.
Just being like,
Fair.
and
Yeah.
healed.
I can just imagine
You have
Bird
to.
sitting in her house right now going, why does this always go off the rails?
Every time.
Have you seen all of us?
It's always something stupid.
On that note,
Um,
though, as soon as the suits of armor do that, ZR1 is going to try and take off one of their helmets.
Okay. Nothing really happens of it. Comes off.
Does it come off?
Yeah. It kind of just detaches from the chest plate.
I keep waiting to hear those 3 magical words. Roll
What?
for initiative.
Ah.
Yeah. ZR1 is going to take the helmet and give it to Zeralon and say, "Here, now they won't be able to see."
And I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna stash it and be like, "Thank you." Just like that. Just thank you. Little smirk. And I'll stash it in my bag.
Yeah, he'll do the same for the other one that's at the other side of the door.
Big fan. Big fan.
Breaking the armor already. I was gonna give it at least another show. I mean, before you started destroying things. I really had way too much pride.
You give all of this power to a bunch of kindergartners. I mean,
I mean, are you speaking for yourself there, Balithal?
I don't speak of myself. How? What?
What I'm trying to get at here is, are you calling yourself a kindergartner?
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
way less mature than that.
Zarlon's going to basically, at the door, just gesture for Vandry to enter to see if she's going to go first or not.
She will kind of like shimmy in and be like, "Such a gentleman."
And then I
As
will
she
follow
gets
in behind her.
I thought I was gonna
Probably.
follow him behind him and go. He just wanted you to trigger the traps.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
She just gets freaking stabbed. She's like, chivalry got me again.
I-
Sheesh.
As you enter the room, red velvet drapes cover all of the windows. A rather exquisite mahogany desk and matching high-backed chairs face the entrance, and a fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in the corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line all of the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows you to reach the top of the shelves. And they go pretty high up. Ceilings in here oddly feel a lot taller than the other rooms. They look possibly 15 feet tall. What would you guys like to do?
I will go investigate the desk.
Okay.
Yeah. Investigation,
On
I'm
top
assuming.
of the desk, well, not yet.
Okay.
The desk has several items on top. An oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinderbox, a letter kit, a seal press, that would go into like the wax that has the Durst family insignia on it. There's a few drawers on the backside, all closed.
I'm gonna investigate the drawers.
Okay. Hit me with an investigation. Okay. The center drawer is empty, but has a small iron key resting in the center.
Take the key.
There are several blank pages of paper in one of the other drawers, some extra ink, and what looks like a red wax candle in the other drawers.
A red
Yes.
wax
Yeah.
candle.
Get off of my New York, okay? Look, lady,
In the drawers.
they're in the drawers, okay? There's no ER on that word. I don't care.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
My kids bother me about it, and I remind them that they say water instead of water. So New York comes out here, okay?
So like neither one of those were correct.
You're right.
You said there was a red candle?
Yeah.
We're gonna take the red candle and the key.
Okay. You
Do
shut
I
up,
see? Do I, as I look around the room, do I see anywhere that this key could be used currently, or potentially used?
Not that you can see in the room. No.
Okay. Is there? You said on the desk there was an oil lamp, some ink, the press, some papers.
Yep.
Um,
A quill pen, tinderbox.
I'm gonna open the tinderbox.
Okay. Contains some tinder.
Cool.
It's full.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing in
Nothing
there.
special.
Okay. Trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I'll sort of like move things around just to make sure that there's no like hidden switches. Like I'll sort of like grab the oil lamp and just try to like shift it left and right, make sure nothing's like fixed to the desk and that everything sort of seems normal.
And no, everything seems fairly normal. You do notice that there's no
Okay.
dust in this room as well.
So another room that's been used. Cool.
You wish you had none, sugar.
Wait.
Whoa.
Look, just saying.
I don't have a single accent. Ma'am.
Did you trigger it?
Shut your mouth. Don't start with me.
Even I don't have an accent. Perfect. Love it.
To you, I all have an accent. I
you sure
have
about
got
that,
an
eh?
accent.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hold
according
up,
to
hold up.
Balithal, I don't. So
Hold up. Smithy has an accent.
Oh yeah.
100% Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Live.
he does not have an accent. He sounds like
The amount of times, like mid
Great
conversation, that I don't think you even realized, where you'll ask a question and end it with a.
Yes.
does
Yeah.
not.
So
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, he does.
So much.
lies. Lies. No proof.
Okay. You did it like 10 times while you were here, so
I love
That's
it.
not fair. Like I was there the whole time. Anyways, I'll let somebody else go, and then I'll continue what I'm doing.
Hey, Bird,
Yeah.
have they gone into this room?
No.
Is the door open?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
A room there?
Yeah.
Sorry.
A small room there. Okay. When you walk into that room, it's an undecorated bedroom, a pair of beds that are straw stuffed mattresses, essentially on just rickety wooden slabs. At the foot of each bed is an empty footlocker, and fairly new and fresh servants' uniforms are hanging from hooks on the open closet that is directly to your left. You do notice that there's a dumbwaiter sitting ready on the wall to your right. And inside of it is a covered plate with like a silver dome.
You know what? Let's uncover the plate.
Okay. The plate, kind of taken aback a little bit. When you lift it the first time, it looks like there's a full meal ready to go. Steamed carrots, cooked mashed potatoes, there's fresh fish with lemon and spices, and it smells good. But you have to fight it a bit, and it shuts again. And when you lift it again, it's the little teddy bear toy that Thorn was holding outside.
So I managed to uncover it, right? Just to double check.
Mhm. Yep.
Well,
So it looks
I'll
like
grab the
Sugarsockz is
teddy bear.
picking on me again.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Do I notice anything else weird as to why it couldn't, you know,
No.
they couldn't drag this downstairs or anything like that?
I mean, everything looks like it's intact. There is a small button and a rope. And right above the button is a little tab that shows that it's on floor 2.
Okay.
It seems to move fine if you try it. You know, you could kind of move it around. If you want to try to put it to a different floor, you're more than welcome.
We'll try moving it up so I can look down the chute or something like that if I can.
Okay. It goes smoothly, and there's a small ding when it hits the 3, and the tab changes.
Okay. Do I notice anything else weird around the room besides it being like empty and clean?
No, that's pretty much it. It looks like it was freshly set.
All right. Well,
And I just called them all
Out
children.
of the room.
Because they're all picking on me now, and it's not fun.
Anybody else in the library?
I don't read.
Did you say you don't read?
I don't
Or
read.
You want? Oh. Fair.
Reading's lame.
Okay.
I'm gonna look
Sure.
at her with just utter disgust on my face. But I'm not even gonna, like, I have no words for her right now because she won't understand them.
And then I'll turn to Vandry. I'll go, don't mind him.
Y'all are both elves, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah, she's definitely gonna kind of like look between the two of you and just gonna go, and walk off.
Wow.
As an elf herself, she's just like, I don't know about these two. You're muted, Smithy. Smithy, you're muted. Press 3.
Yeah.
Press 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with Balithal, which is what I've been trying to say, and sort of boast about how I've read every book in the world's greatest libraries, and sort of start like perusing through the bookshelves to see if there's anything here that I haven't read yet.
Okay, and at this point, I'm gonna like right there shoulder to shoulder with them, and we're gonna start talking back and forth about all the books and stuff that we've read.
Okay, I'm gonna type what Vandry would say, because I know that Scotty is streaming and it's a little not PG.
They'll still read it though, Sugar.
Okay, well, I'll put it in Discord.
As long as they're not Vandry, they will read it. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Are you not Vandry?
Let's see what she says.
Zerlon and Balithal, are you looking through the books that are there on the shelves? Like, are you actually perusing? And both of you can give me an investigation check as you scan this wall, the south wall. Okay.
Sorry, but every time I hear
Perfect.
Zarlon, I think of Zohan.
Zohan.
And I keep on wanting to make the hand gesture.
I got a question.
Oh, Sultan!
Zoltan, yes, Zoltan.
Bird, I got a question.
Yeah.
Is the whole elf exchange loud enough for us to hear it outside in the hall?
And
No,
I
I would
assume the
not
doors
quiet
are
about
open.
it at all.
Yeah, probably. I would say probably. Yeah.
Okay.
The
I'm just
bookshelves.
laughing.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. The bookshelves hold hundreds of tomes covering ranges of topics including history, warfare, and alchemy. There are several shelves containing first edition collected works of poetry and fictions. What did she? I don't know. Wow.
Everything's fine.
And to that, as
Lord have mercy.
as Ventry says that, Elidan's gonna crack up laughing.
She says it like very like matter of fact. I want because he's like, oh well, I've read just so many books. She goes, oof.
In short chat, what Vandry had said was, wow, that ego
Gracious.
is
Wow.
really compensating
Wow.
for something.
Someone's
And,
compensating for something.
I literally just said that phrase to my chat, explaining what Vandry had said to
Yes.
some clear compensation happening right here.
So is this said out loud?
Oh yeah.
Like,
She's like
this is said out loud.
yeah. She the second he starts boasting, she like fires it off almost immediately.
So much.
He'll look over at you and sort of just in a way sort of mutter, but like loud enough that you could hear, be like, you can talk to me when you get on my level, and then go back to the books and continue perusing through.
How does he say it? Like, is he like trying to be like mildly intimidating? Like, I like what's his inflection?
Oh yeah, like he's there. You can tell you can tell you sort of like struck a nerve, and he's there, but he's also
So he is compensating. Got it. Okay. I just making sure.
but he is he's definitely saying it from like,
Hey, Krusty Sergeant, how you doing, brother? Welcome in.
is how he's coming at that.
Welcome in.
Perfect. So she's gonna look at him and be like, "Aw,
How you doing, mate?
so cute. You think you're important."
And I'll just continue looking through the book. Or tomes.
Well, we could definitely see who doesn't like each other in this room.
Elliot Ann's gonna go to Vandrew. I'm gonna go, well said.
Oh boy.
This guy gets it.
Hey, remember, mine and Zaleron's character, just nah.
Happens.
Oh,
It
gosh.
does.
All right.
No, Azure Krusty,
Fall
great
as
to have you
you're
drop by. We're playing some
investigating.
Dungeons and Dragons with the team. We got Smithy here, we got Sugarsockz, Balithal,
Poetry
Babaloo,
and
Bird,
everything that you can
all
see.
the
There's
crew.
One book.
It's great
that
fun.
stands out to you. It's a red-covered book, but the spine is blank. It's the only one that has no spine at all.
Wow, there's a joke in there. Sorry, that's all I could think about.
Oh,
Anyways,
Krusty,
okay,
shoot me a
go
message,
on,
man.
I'm
I
gonna grab-
can give you some tips. 100%.
Okay, so you go to grab the door, the book, the spine.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it closer first, though.
Okay. It doesn't seem like it's out of the ordinary, other than it being completely blank.
Okay.
Plus, I can also say there's a handful of us in here that this is our first time playing D&D as well. I've played a little bit before, but
Stop reading the Discord.
What is going
There's-
on?
quite a few of us in here that have never played. So I've got all my sessions up on the YouTube channel that we kind of go through how
I broke
things
Smithy. Sorry. y'all.
work and everything, and you can kind of pick it up
We're
by
trying to
watching
have
for
a
sure.
serious discussion here.
Sorry.
and
Sorry. Apologies. Hmm.
If you could just like go over in the corner and play with your dolls or whatever, we're gonna look at these books.
God.
You go where you play with your dolls. We're trying to read these books.
All
Serious
right,
moment.
so I'm gonna slowly pull that book out of the
Okay.
bookshelf.
As you start
Before
to
he
pull
does
it,
that, before he does that, I'm gonna sort of like grab his arm and be like, wait a second, let me do this instead. And I'm going to cast this
Mage hand. Okay, I
to
knew that.
grab the book.
Okay. As this mythical hand floats up and grabs onto the book, and it slowly ticks back, you hear a slight clicking. And the book doesn't come out of the shelf, but the entire section of the bookshelf there clicks open.
I'm going to sort of like peek and look at it. Like, how does it click open? Is it opening towards us, inwards?
I would say that. How am I going to do this? Let's see. Can I
Excuse me.
freehand it? Yeah, I can freehand it. Right here, the door would open so that it's there, and you can walk through.
Sorry, I'll move so you can
No,
see
you're
that
fine.
now. I figured out
Wait, no,
where it
you're
was
fine.
gonna go, so I moved.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're fine.
So it
So
swings
it's gonna
inward.
open that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, into the room. Okay.
Then we
So
see this area.
can we see in?
Yeah.
What do we see when we look in? Oops, sorry. I'll be like here.
This very tiny room contains more bookshelves packed with more tomes describing fiend summoning rituals, some necromantic rituals, perhaps. There's one book called The Priests of Osivius.
Dragoon is
There's a
correct.
heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet on the far wall. Its lid is half closed. Sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armor.
Thanks for the posture check, Dragoon.
Mimic confirmed.
I'm going to sort of look at Balithal and like sort of nod like we go in.
I'll do that at the end of the stream, Dragoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in cautiously.
Yeah, and same with myself, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the rooms are here. Got it.
What do you want to do? There's nothing happens when you walk into the room. Everything stands.
Thanks for the stretch, Krusty.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look at Balithal and be like, there's some interesting spells and knowledge to be had. You're interested in any of it?
He's not particularly interested unless
Look, I'm going to be honest, Dragoon. I'm doing it with him when he does it. So I'm doing it at the same time. So I do feel that pain.
I mean, I want to take it all. So if you're not interested, I mean, I'm gonna grab it all. I'm offering to share some of it with you.
What language is it written in? Can we understand it?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, it's all in common.
Okay.
Okay.
Most of it looks handwritten, whether they were transcribing it or otherwise. Just a quick.
Krusty!
They look
I
like
haven't got it set up on
you
this
definitely
scene, brother.
learn something from them, or
Sorry, my man.
at least get some knowledge or history of.
Give
the
me a
house,
sec.
perhaps.
Any
Okay.
So you said were there spell books in there or just
There are fiend summoning ritual books and necromantic ritual books.
I want to read those.
You could definitely throw a few of them into your bag and take some time reading them later on.
Yeah, I'm not
Sounds good.
particularly interested in either of those disciplines.
No, I'll get it up, Krusty.
yeah,
Don't stress.
I will gladly grab onto them. And you mentioned a book about the
Yeah.
priest.
Priests of Osibius. Osibis. Sure. I put it in Lorekeeper just so you can have the actual title of it.
Okay. And are you grabbing that one, Bal?
No.
Okay. I will take the. I will take that as well.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's also a chest in here.
There is, yes. The
I'm
heavy
sorta
chest
gonna,
with the
like-
skeleton sticking out.
Step as far back as I can because you mentioned that the chest was like half open, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna step back as far as I can, and like with the bottom of my staff, I'm gonna sort of like pry open the lid more to see if anything happens.
Okay. Nothing happens when you do that. The skeleton sort of like fumbles a little bit further into the chest.
Okay. I will approach the chest sort of cautiously and look inside.
Okay. Investigation?
I have not been doing good with these.
I know.
See? One
as
sec.
far as you can tell. You said
Just one sec. I think I have a thing that I can. There's so many things at level 19.
Oh yeah.
Is it this one? Yes. This one?
There's that for you,
I'll use
Krusty.
one of my spell points to try to re-roll that. Let's hope a little bit
Okay,
better.
That's better. As far as you can tell, there's no traps around. And you do see on the skeleton, specifically in the ribs and a little bit in the chest, the armor of the chest, is a few darts. So it looks to you, by deduction,
Quite
that it
possibly,
was
Dragoon. Quite
poisoned
possibly.
or killed via trap of some sort.
Okay.
And that's very early for you,
A
Dragoon,
little
as
bit
well.
deeper, the dart firing mechanism that is in the chest is visible, and it's empty.
Nah, it's all
and
good, Krusty. I'd
you-
rather do it.
Okay.
Touched
So,
inside of the skeleton's hand, however, you do see a folded letter that has the seal of Strahd waxed into the front of it. It has been opened, but it is theoretically shut. So you'd have to take it if you'd like it.
I will take it.
No
as I
worries at all,
reach to
brother.
take it,
Thanks for
does anything
stopping
happen?
by. Have a great stream,
Nope.
and I'll catch you soon, my man.
Cool. So I take the letter. At the same time, you mentioned the skeleton was wearing leather armor.
Yes.
I am going to remove said leather armor and see if anybody in the party could use it.
Okay.
And there's nothing else in the chest?
Let's see. The chest
That I
contains
can see?
3 blank books with black leather. Excuse you. Stop popping things open. Put it. With black leather covers, 3 spell scrolls. They are illegible. You can't read them at the moment. A couple of
Okay.
deeds and a signed will that is also something that you cannot read.
Do we
Okay,
know
I'm
what
gonna-
language it is? Sorry, I
From
guess
first look, no.
Okay.
You can make out the signatures, though. I was
They
looking
are?
farther ahead. Sorry.
No worries.
It is the will is signed by Gustav and Elizabeth Durst. From what you can see, just briefly looking over it, scanning for any words that you can actually recognize, is Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst. It looks to appear as if everything that they owned was left to the children.
Rose and Thorn. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna take the spell scrolls. Even though we can't read them yet, I'm gonna flip through the books. You said they were empty though, right?
They're empty, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll leave them in there. I'm gonna leave the deed in there, and I'm going to, as I go out, basically gonna share what we saw in there. That there was a deed that I left in the chest. I didn't really feel any need to take the deed. I'm not gonna share with the entire party that I got the spell scrolls.
Okay.
That's up to Balithal if they want, if he wants to out me or not. And then I will mention the leather armor though. That it, I found this armor in here. And if anybody needs it, they're free to take it, type of thing. And I'll just sort of like lay it out on the floor for them, so it's not staying in my bags.
Is it regular armor or? Is
Yeah,
there
it's
anything
regular. It's regular leather armor.
As he walks out, I'm going to walk up to the chest and see if I see anything.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, other than what he already saw, obviously.
You do know offhand that the black leather covered books will go for 25 gold apiece in town. Through some connections that you might have, so you could definitely sell them if you'd like to. The deeds that you see, one has attached to it, if you want to pick them up and kind of just breeze through them quickly, has a picture of the layout of the house.
Okay. Yeah,
not
I'm gonna
specific rooms,
grab that
but
stuff.
yeah, you can see the like you can't see what each room is obviously, but you can see the general layout of the whole house.
Okay.
And the second deed that is in there is to the very well-known Bone Grinder.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna take all that. I'd already planned on taking the black books
Okay.
just in case they were something that might be something later.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll grab all of that, and I'm gonna give the deed that has the layout a pretty decent look through, so I can kind of memorize the layout of the house.
I will actually, when we're done, so I don't have to mess myself up now, I'll send you a screenshot of it.
Okay. I mean, at this point, should I just like move my guy around and look? Like
Yes and
reveal it,
no.
or- Oh, I don't
I
want to
don't-
reveal anything inside. the
Anything
room.
you're not
Yep, never
supposed to.
mind.
Exactly.
Yep,
So
never
I'll
mind.
I'll blank everything out and I'll show you a screenshot of it because
Okay.
you'll have it on you. Like you can look at it whenever you want. So
Yep.
having some kind of an idea is always available.
Yep. And then I'll.
What do you
leave
do
the room.
with Strahd's letter? Or at least
I'll
the
open
letter
it.
with the seal. You open it in front of everybody?
Yeah.
In case anybody wanted to remember what it looks like, this is the crest that's on the back. Is it showing you? Please be showing you.
It is showing
Yes.
us.
Okay. Woohoo! All right. That is the crest that is on the letter. And when he
Mhm.
opens it, I will. You don't have to.
Strahd's
say what
crest
I
for
will
everybody's
share
reference.
it with you, and I'll put a screenshot of it or whatever inside. But it says, "My most pathetic servant. I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path of immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, and however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortunes spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dreadlord and master, Strahd von Zarovich."
Wow.
Brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He seems like such a stand-up guy.
Does it?
Sounds like such a great human. Not human.
I was gonna say, he's not really human.
He's a vampire.
He's something.
Humanoid.
I mean, I kind of get it.
Of course you do.
So we have their names. What would you guys like to do?
Not piss him off, that's for sure.
So we've Balithal read this out to the entire party, correct?
No, that would have been Zaralon.
Ah, Zaralon did. Okay. Eliadan will pipe up and he'll go, "Well, it seems like the Durst family were no friends of Strahd."
They wanted to be.
Oh, and they tried. But who knows? Now, am I correct in thinking and remembering properly that the children reference the bear as Walter?
Yes.
Yes.
What if... And Eliadan will
Bear?
remember that. Yeah.
The doll.
What if Walter was the stillborn son?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Could be.
yeah. There was a family portrait earlier with 3 kids. in
Three.
it.
But if there was a living child and it says stillborn, how could that be?
Just because it's stillborn doesn't mean it's not still around.
That's exactly what I'm saying. What if it is the beast in the basement?
Let's go find out. And I'll walk out of the room.
Only Zaralon and I know what kind of literature we pulled out of that room, right? Other than the letter he
Correct.
just shared. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Eliadan knows that there are many ways to bring souls and people back to life, being a paladin, of course.
Ooh.
Who claps his hands?
Yes, he does. It's a known fact.
Bird, would it be possible? I don't know because I'm never been level 19. To cast
Absolutely not.
Speak with the Dead on the skeleton.
Oh.
Yeah, of course I can.
I didn't know if there was like a time limit from when the
No.
the person
I mean,
expired.
it's going to be role based whether it answers you or not.
Right.
So
Let me read it
There
first
there is a
before-
time limit, by the way.
Is there?
The spell is it will be an actual fail if the body has been dead for longer than 10 days.
No, it
no,
doesn't.
it,
Fails
no.
if it was the target of this spell within the last 10 days.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't think that there's a time limit on.
I read it wrong. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm looking.
Reading's
into
hard.
the-
We know. None of us are good at reading, let's be honest.
or pronouncing names.
I mean, I don't know you guys' name. I don't
Nothing.
care.
So, yeah, I think let's go with that. I'm sorry to like backtrack like this, but it just dawned on me that I have that.
How
mean-
I'm
dare
gonna-
you backtrack?
So since we're backtracking, I'm not quite out of the room yet, and I hear him start casting, so I stay here.
Right. So what are they? It is a.
Let's see.
It's an action, I think, right?
Yeah, Necromancy 3 is an action. I was just hoping that they had a roll attached to it of some.
That's
kind.
what I was looking for, was to see if it
Spell
had-
save?
Yeah.
I see my
No.
spell save, but what is it supposed to roll,
Yeah.
or what is
Well, what is your spell modifier based on? Is it?
intelligence?
So I would just roll intelligence at a worst case.
That's you need to roll though, right?
Yeah, I would need to roll it. Yeah,
Or I guess you just roll a d20.
I would just roll a d20. Yeah. Well, I think it failed.
I think it failed.
Well, the
You
spell
have-
didn't fail, right?
No, I
No,
failed.
she failed.
I failed. Yeah. You can ask the corpse up to 5 questions.
All right. So first thing, what's your name?
It doesn't actually have a name, so
Oh, really?
yeah, it's not listed as a name.
Oh boy.
I got this. I got this. Hold on.
Wait,
Wait.
She likes giving me names. Give me.
Hold on. Hold on a second.
Bobby
Male or
Joe.
female?
Male.
Male?
Mm-hmm.
Cornelius Carlton.
Okay. Cornelius Carlton it is.
Nani?
She does the things. She does the thing, we
That's
go with it.
great. All right. um, what is his connection with Strahd?
Nothing.
Oh,
Start
great
asking some
question.
better questions, Paul.
No, these are still good answers.
Okay.
You got 3 left.
What is your favorite color?
What were you doing in this house?
That's a good question.
Solid question.
I'm trying to simplistically answer. 1 second.
Right.
He would say he was seeking the Durst family's fortune.
I'm gonna look back at Zeralon. So you got anything? I have 2 left.
Hold, please.
Caught him in mid brownie.
No, wasn't brownies. Jesus.
Oh, now he's brownie. Okay.
God damn it. What do you ask?
That kind of D&D stream. I see.
Have you ask? I'll sort of just look over at Balithal and I'll be like, ask him if he knows what's in the basement.
Yeah, I gotta think of how I want to word that. Because I mean, he could say dust.
The beast is in the basement.
Yeah, but we don't know when he died, and he doesn't gain any knowledge either. So,
It's only while he was alive. Yeah.
right.
Hmm. Out of
So
character. This
let's-
is harder than I thought.
Yeah. Why now? You know why I turned around and looked at you. All right. I'm going to ask. If he knows what the beast in the basement is. Can I rephrase that before you answer?
Yeah.
What is the beast in the basement?
The victims.
Nope.
Just the victims, that's what he said.
And that caused Smithy to go, nope. Really?
Birds
I thought
is
about
gonna
that
have me
before.
having nightmares tonight. Just the way, like,
I
the
phrased it, he
tone
could
in her
say
voice, just
yes.
the victims. I'm like,
spoons.
nope, not doing it.
Nice, Fire. Nice. We got spoons.
Zeralon's not scared of anything.
One last one.
All right, let's just go full Durst here, and trying to think of something specific to ask him that he's not just gonna go somewhere here, whatever. Well, I'm not wondering who killed him. He's got darts and he sprung a trap. He had darts embedded in his skeleton. So,
That came out of the chest that we've already seen.
yeah. This is difficult.
Yeah.
All right, so we know he's Cornelius Carlton. He has no connection to Strahd. He's seeking the Durst fortune. And all I got from what is the beast in the basement is the victims.
And
You got something, or I see you waving?
Involuntary spasm. It's all good.
Nice.
The only thing I'm thinking maybe is potentially maybe he found the fortune and then got a little bit greedy here. Maybe he knows at least the location of the fortune.
Yeah, there's no way we're getting like a straight answer out of him.
A straight answer, yeah.
He's not gonna know how long he's been dead. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna regret this, but I want to get this over with. Who are the victims?
I'm trying to think how to answer that one. Oof. I don't want to answer that one. Give me 1 second, because I have stuff. Let's see. He will say they were visitors and sacrifices for the cult's activity. No one in particular.
I'll very quietly, under my breath, essentially say something along the lines of, well, that confirms that.
All right, I'm going to thank the spirit and then release the spell.
Now, what would you like to do? Did anybody try to book it up the stairs yet? Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I got bored waiting, and I'm you know, I guess enemy following suit and coming with me.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
now
You're
fast
talking about
forward
the
to all the rest of
spiral
stuff that
stairs?
happened.
If it was any other session, I would say don't split the party.
Yeah.
But in this instance,
In this instance, I don't care. I'm the only lawful good here. You guys are going to do what you want to do, whether I say not to or not. You guys are all on the other
Exactly.
side of the spectrum.
Ellie
This
down.
is
The
very
dad's
true.
retired now.
See, Smithy's the only one that knows about that conversation, and I don't even know if would he have heard the answers without me relaying them.
Um.
I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I don't.
For simplicity, then I relayed them. We discussed it as we went.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense. Okay.
and for what it's worth, the corpse does speak like out loud because it's animated
Yeah,
in corpse.
It's
to do so.
animated. It's not. It's not
It's not.
telepathic.
It's not telepathic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Right, so. Get out of here. Okay. How you?
Wizarding is hard.
Oh, I
It
just
is
thought
hard.
of something.
What? Oh, too late.
Yeah, I know it's too late.
Hey, are you going up the stairs as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will throw you on the stairs because we're just gonna start filtering people up there. Who wants to go next?
I will.
Okay.
If Andrew goes, I will go.
I'll go after
Okay.
ZR.
Get where you need to be. All right.
And I'll go
Dude.
behind Balithal.
Okay. So we're just gonna start
Um,
filtering you guys somewhere up here. It should be fine. Okay. Welcome to the 3rd floor. Let me find my spot. Okay.
Where am I?
There are oil lamps mounted on all of the oak paneled walls, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees and falling leaves and tiny critters. Characters who decide to look at the walls a little deeper find the wolves like they found downstairs. There's another suit of armor. This one, though, is all black plate.
So I don't have access to it yet, but I would know the layout of up here, right?
Yes,
I can't
for the
with,
most part.
with all of the people here. I can't even see where doors are.
I know. You can actually kind of
Oops.
I see
stack
there's
you
one
guys
up here.
back towards the stairs a little bit. Yeah, there's one up there. Big double door. There's one here, one here. My overlay a lot. Nope. Nothing.
I don't wear armor, Kane, so it doesn't interest me at all.
I mean,
Hard pass.
that's a lot.
I'm
of them
gonna-
already have like decked out armor, and or don't wear armor, which is an
Right.
interesting turn of events. To be fair. Yeah, one, two, yeah, that's all the doors that you can see
Gotcha.
so far.
Where's the suit of armor? Is it on top of or underneath the
suit
armor?
of
Right- right
will
under
be- yeah,
fire.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna do as I've
Bird.
done to everyone so far. I'm gonna investigate it.
Okay.
Trying to get there. Investigation, right?
Yeah.
Oh, finally. Jesus.
As you start to walk closer to it, it doesn't look the same as the ones downstairs. And strikingly so, it seems polished and stiff. It's holding its place. And it looks, not that you feel like it's watching you, but you get a sense of its attention.
As per my MO, I'm gonna knock on the helmet again.
Everyone roll initiative.
Hey! Yes!
Because it is late.
Do you want us to roll now or?
No, we'll do it next time because I think I'm gonna have to catch
I found
Box
one!
up, and I'm gonna get him involved. You found more than one, just so you know.
Who's to and who's to stop the other four from marching up the stairs behind us?
Well, two of them can't see. Relax.
Happy days. Yeah, I got their helmets.
Doesn't mean they
Still in my
can't
bags.
see. Headless knight.
Okay, listen here, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. We finally get some action. Pull
Oh,
out your
I-
sword
Clap,
and
turn
start
off.
clapping your hands, okay?
Hey, I'm gonna be
God.
drawing my sword and casting spells and getting in the thick of it because that's where I belong.
Yeah.
Well,
And covering our
Let's talk
six if
more action.
necessary. Because if they start coming up those stairs, guess who's one on the stairs currently? This guy.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy.
Mean.
Let's just
I
say
know.
I've got some cantrips ready to go.
Where can I put you? I need to move you off the screens for a second. Get over here. Let go.
Oh,
Just so
there we go.
I can. I'm just moving you guys for a second.
I
I just want to be able to give Ball the layout. Stop. What is the problem here? Stop. What is your? Oh my gosh! Thank you.
I found them.
Yeah. Yeah, you found them all right.
I know eventually, if I kept knocking on helmets, eventually one of them were gonna,
Yeah.
do something.
I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
Because the other
Isn't
three
that
were just
because-
standard plate steel, weren't they? They weren't the obsidian black of this one.
Correct.
They weren't the obsidian
Yeah.
black, no. But the other one still moved as well, so.
Yeah.
True.
So
And
that
with mine,
that was
yeah.
actually something I was gonna potentially see. Is as we were coming up the stairs, I would look and see what was happening as Zarlon exits, because he was the last one out. As he exits, I would have mentioned looking back and seeing what the knights actually did as he exited. But moment's gone. It's all good.
All right, I need to make this a pixel different because I feel like I lost one. What is going on with this thing? I can't actually edit it. Thank you.
Okay.
I lost somebody
Very
on the
happy.
edge of the screen, is what happened.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
When the map is not set right, it really gets sassy.
right. Lovely. Well, that was great fun. Not as scary as I thought.
Yes.
There's time.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
why'd you have
There's
to
so
say
much time.
Dun dun dun.
Look,
There, you guys should be able to see now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot more to this house.
We still haven't gone to the basement.
I know we can.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
been looking for the
That's true.
stairs everywhere.
Gone to a few places, actually.
We
yeah.
haven't sat down and tried to eat dinner at our 8 places at the dining room table either.
I honestly think there's a bunch of secret doors and a bunch of hidden things.
Something to do with the wolves for sure.
And I actually think this house is larger than it seems. That's my gut
Mhm.
feeling.
Mm-hmm. That's why I've been looking for hidden switches every room we go into.
Normally, I'd be the one doing that, actually, so I've just kind of let you do your thing with that.
I keep stopping. I was like, okay, I'll wait. Like, see if somebody wants to go, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go.
See, that's how I normally feel in our other sessions, like with like Altharion. That's exactly how I feel sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like I'm feel like I'm constantly dominating, like doing stuff. When it's like, I get that it's kind of built into Altharion's character, whereas Eliodon here, or Eliodan, I should say, as it's an A, not an O. He knows of all of you. He's got very few allies here, so he's actually keeping to himself quite a fair bit, and he's just watching his own bacon.
I love it.
Because he wants to get out of here alive. Like, he wants out. He's here because, you know, the mist pushed him here. He'll do what he has to do, but he wants to survive.
Yeah, he's ready to GTFO.
That's good stuff.
I feel that.
So, especially
I
with
feel that.
It's amazing.
Zaleron.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's great fun. Gotta say, the quips back
So
and
many
forth
things.
between all of our different characters, that is the part I love so much
Yeah.
about this
Oh
session.
yeah.
Yeah, we're having a lot more fun this round, I feel. I think
Yeah.
the fact that we know we're already supposed to have established relationships,
Yeah,
Give
it's
us-
allowing you to be freer.
yeah, where we don't have
Yeah.
to like tiptoe on like, oh, well, I still have to adventure with this person, so I need to like still be careful, but still be true to my character. Whereas here it's like, I've known you for God knows how long. I don't give a crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
my
none
exact
of us
opinion
expect
as
to
well.
get out alive, so
I do.
we're just doing it.
I mean,
No, I
Character
don't.
might, but
Nope.
we don't.
We're dueling to the death.
Oh, Zaleron.
basically, basically.
There's a reason why I skilled so much into both healing and combat weapon magic.
All good.
I love
there.
it.
But yeah, no,
This is a lot of fun.
yeah, it was so much fun.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to wrap up my stream, and I'll be back shortly, team.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
I'm going to do the same.
Alrighty, chat. So, how we all doing? That was a great session. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I owe Dragoon a deck of pain before we wrap up. So, we're going to crack on that before I grab some lunch and then jump into New World off stream. Oh, that's woeful. That'll do. 10 sit-ups. So, let me just move monitor, because that needs to get moved. And we're going to move this guy to here. And plonk it straight down. Now, yes, there is another chair there, because I have 2 chairs in this room. One is full of stuffs. I'll put it over to this direction, but then move that. Alright. 10 sit-ups coming at you. And they're going to be full ones too. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we go, chat. That's all for you guys. Alright. Let's pop this back up. And pop you back in a position. Alright. Thanks, Dragoon. Definitely did knock that out, brother. Definitely did. Alright. Now, I need this monitor back. Ah! Of course, with a Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. No, Scotty doesn't know. I just bought bits the other day just for these streams. Dragoon, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Your support is absolutely, that's the way to do it. Yeah. Yes. Gotta rock out to it. Gotta vibe with it a bit, even if I hate it. But, ladies and gentlemen, to let you know what we got coming up this week. So Tuesday night, we've got hobbying. Once again, same on Friday. 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Times on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., which I may actually move forward. Coming up, I might move that forward to 7 p.m. to keep it consistent. I'm going to think about that, so then I'll do 7 to 11. Because I'm thinking coming up when guys like Dragoon, Krusty Sergeant... How can you hate that song? Because I grew up with it, everyone just constantly saying it to me, my man. So, that's why. Because once the States and Canada and all that lose daylight savings, what's actually going to happen is that D&D gets pushed back to midday. Now, I'm not particularly keen on waiting till 12 to start up the stream. So what I'm going to actually do is we're going to do a long stream on Saturdays. We're going to start off at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We're going to hobby till about 11:30. You're going to set up for D&D. Well, I'll set up before stream, but in terms of the setup here, set up for D&D, and then we'll play D&D with the crew. And that'll go until about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, long stream for Saturdays coming up. Because I know you guys want to see hobbying content. I also want to play D&D. So let's do the two, shall we? But ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to be for a couple of weeks. I'm going to just quickly have a look and see if we have got any friends that are online that we can send off a raid to and support them. Oh, yeah, we've got a couple. You know what? Let's go and say g'day to... let me have a look. I'm just looking at a couple of people. Oh, nope. No, thank you. They are doing that. Not what I was thinking. You know what? We're going to send off a raid to Sergeant America. He's a great friend of ours. He dropped by earlier in stream. I'm going to get his... Make sure I get it spelt correctly. I'm going to send off the raid over to him. I'm going to hang out for a bit. I'm going to jump in New World and play with the crew afterwards as well. It has been absolutely awesome to hang out with you guys. Now, remember as well, if you're not following me on the socials, that's where you can find me. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and TikTok as well. And you can Also, jump in the Discord as well if you have not already. Jump in there, join the rest of the community. So yeah, as I said, we'll be live once again Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We're going to be working on the Deathwatch Razorback, continuing the touch-ups on the Thousand Sun Pre-Heresy Ahriman. And we're also going to be doing the basing on the Royal Warden, as well as a bunch of other stuff for the coming week. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Scotty D49. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you guys next week. Over and out.